Basketball, basketball, basketball. Basketball is back, Jack. Time for our favorite winter sport. The summertime is over, so let's head down to the court. Time for the tip-off. Give me fast breaks on the attack. Will you shoot a three or take it to the rack? Basketball is back, Jack. It's a dream shake down in the post, or a killer cross you love the most. When the offense tries to run and gun, is it man-to-man or box and one? It's big plays and talking smack. That's how you know that basketball is back, Jack. Let me hear you say basketball, basketball, basketball. Basketball is back, Jack. 360 dunks and pick and rolls. And we're gonna watch it every day till they raise the Larry O. Hard fouls and hook shots. A dagger three and hack a shack. If you say this game's the best, I'll say Zagak. Basketball is back, Jack. Basketball is back, Jack. Basketball is back. Basketball is back, Jack.
I see that the content companies in sports are struggling a little bit today on Get Up. It's Ken Harbaugh turn it around in year one because nobody really wants to talk about Jarrett Stidham, and there's one football game remaining that people are interested in the outcome of. I suppose they're also interested in the outcome of Broncos-Patriots, but you can't get me to watch that game. I don't want to watch anything.
You can't watch. Come on,
You're
Dan.
just not going to watch.
Come on, Dan.
I'm with Dan. I'm good.
You're such a liar.
Let me know how it ends.
You're such a liar. Sunday, 3 o'clock, everybody's going to be locked in. Zaz,
Nope.
I know you're going to be locked in because you like football, Zaz.
Yeah, come on. Championship Sunday.
I don't want to watch the tattered remains of a quarterback in an injured league where the 49ers are now investigating the power plant next door because everyone's hurt that Jarrett Stidham's going to start his fifth game and his first game in 750 some odd days.
You guys are watching football. I've lost my will to live.
I want to talk to you about the University of Miami stealing Duke's players, not just their quarterback, but now their fast, tall, white wide receivers. I also want to ask the audience and everyone in here, what is the best white wide receiver in the history of professional or college football in Miami? Because I don't know that we've had a great one. You've got some Brian Hartline. You've got Wes Welker, but he only had one touchdown here. He had all his scoring with the Patriots.
What do we do with Restrepo and Berrios?
They're Latin. They're the Latin character.
I mean,
category.
Berrios is more white than Restrepo. We can agree.
Yeah.
I believe we can agree on that, but they're a different category. They go in the bunch of best Latin receivers Miami has had, college or pro.
They
Mike,
are a different category.
what can you tell me about Cooper Barcade, and what can you tell me about how mad Manny Diaz is about the fact that Miami likes some of his players and just takes them?
Well, I mean, these players just entered the portal. Hopefully they pick Miami. I don't know what's going on there. There are people out there suggesting that Miami's the favorite. That'd be great because Cooper Barcade is one hell of a white wide receiver. A tall, fast, smart, electric white.
He's an exciting white?
He's an electric white.
Whoa.
Over 1,000-yard season. Look at his highlights. Just search him on X. Like, the guy is awesome, and he's Darian Mensah's favorite target. Now, the Mensah thing, not great optics, admittedly. They're suing Darian Mensah. There's a temporary restraining order.
Duke is suing Darian Mensah, their quarterback.
Yeah, so he has a temporary restraining order from going to another school. He was officially entered into the transfer portal. Cooper Barcade, it was reported that he had re-signed with Duke in December. I don't know, something like that's going around that place. Sit down in that chair, Manny. Enjoy it.
So the stealing of players, and if you want somebody's players, this is chaos time in college football, the business of college football, agents running things with very few rules.
It's not all puppy dogs and ice cream, though, for your Miami Hurricanes. They are dealing with the most devastating loss of our lifetime, and also Pringle entered the portal last night, and not the only running back I expect on Miami's roster to enter the portal.
It's not the most devastating loss of our lifetime.
I like him. He's quick. He offers them an option they don't particularly have at running back, although Fletcher did run away from Indiana's secondary. I do need to say
they
something.
didn't trust his pass protection in the college football playoff.
And Fletcher was in for pass protection and whiffed badly.
Just one, yeah. It was so out of character that you notice, but, I mean, he's one of the best pass blocking running backs I think I've ever seen at Miami.
And for those of you who think we are homerific about these things, we were telling you that everyone says that Fletcher is a model character. What do you guys do with the information? Because a lot of people out there only have the video and information. There's a UM player, and he's taking a swipe at an Indiana player. And we were explaining to you, look, that's hugely out of character. Something had to be said there that was bad. And then Mike Rumpf reveals after the game that the Indiana player said something about the death of Fletcher's father. I think everyone listening to this, if I give them that piece of context, all of them say, yeah, you if you get hit there, you deserve to get hit there if that's true.
The way that he backed up suggested that he did not want that smoke, and he also knew that he was in the wrong. And also there has not been a denial yet from Indiana as it pertains to that. Mark Fletcher's dad died recently. He texts him before every game. Mark Fletcher was very gracious in defeat to Fernando Mendoza just moments before. Obviously an emotional time. Mark Fletcher is the unquestioned team leader of Miami, and that dude definitely said something, and I did not need to know the report to know that whatever that guy said, he probably had it coming because it was Mark Fletcher.
Yeah, I choose to believe Mike Rumpf in that spot, especially because everything that we've heard about the type of kid Mark Fletcher is. It'd be nice to get some kind of evidence, someone else to also say the same thing as what happened, but I choose to believe Mike Rumpf in that spot.
But when Mike says that the Indiana player did not want the Rumpf smoke, I say it's because Rumpf is wearing did not want the Fletcher smoke. It's because Fletcher was wearing a helmet and the kid in Indiana was not.
That's never stopped anybody, Dan. Come on, how many people have thrown punches with helmets on?
No, he wasn't afraid of getting headbutted from Fletcher. He was dodging those fists.
The kid from Indiana, then went on Twitter after the game and was taunting Fletcher still.
Yeah, he was pointing at his ring finger in that moment too, and did something similar on X.
There was clearly something that built up during the game. Like, there's no way that just out of nowhere, right after the game, the kid decides to randomly say something about Fletcher's father. I'm sure something was going on throughout the game. He
texts his father every game, "I love you, be with me," every game. And that was a public thing that was also celebrated in this game and previous games as the story of Mark Fletcher.
What's the word association with punch thrown after a game? Is it Trent Williams, Richard Sherman?
Oh, I always think of LeGarrette Blount.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. You won the game.
Punch thrown after a game. I got to think about that for a second.
I go Trent Williams. I love that video.
The Garrett Blunt one was cold.
That's always the one I go to.
Rare good moment for Zaz this week.
Yeah,
Thanks. Trying to build back up.
Chris Cody, can you do me the favor of finding Mad Dog? This was celebrated yesterday. Mad Dog was trying to say the name of Jarrett Stidham.
I haven't heard this yet. I'm excited.
Had a hard time saying the name of Jarrett Stidham. I am in no position to mock people for their name saying. I'm getting a lot of names wrong. I was talking to Kornheiser yesterday. He's like, I'm getting so many names wrong, but not as many as Wilbon. Wilbon's getting more names wrong than I am. Bo Nix, in the history of football, 27,000 players, the shortest name in the history of football is Bo Nix, 5 letters. A totally irrelevant fact for you that I'm guessing that you guys did not know. But in this game, the Broncos are a 5.5-point underdog. And since 1970, since the AFC-NFC format, 112 conference championship games, the home team has never been this big of a dog in the home game. Never. 5.5-point dog is the biggest. point spread that a home team has ever had because nobody knows what to do with the analysis of the Patriots defense is good. Look at how they made C.J. Stroud look. What's going to happen with a quarterback who's played 4 games? I know Diana and others are telling us, well, Stidham knows the offense and Sean Payton's going to have his guys ready. And I actually expect it to be close just because football and home team. But I don't know how you analyze the point spread on this game. And I also don't trust Zaz with it, given his most recent work with point spreads. On behalf of White Castle, where he told you to take the Nets last night as an 11.5-point dog at the Knicks, and they lost by 56.
I bet my castle.
Buy up the points. That's not on me.
You told me to bet the castle.
I've got a quibble here to take up with Chris Cody. I heard him muttering yesterday during lunch. He's like, death, taxes, and Mediterranean food. He was complaining.
Not complaining.
It happened again?
Dog, that's my favorite dish here.
It's just a lot. I love Mediterranean too. Love tzatziki sauce.
You know about that gyro? Come on.
I was planning on never eating again. And then I saw that Mediterranean, and I'm like, okay, this will be the last time.
We have different styles, though. There's some that come with a big bandeja of a bunch of different meats. There's one that has a brisket that's fire. So I'm back on Mediterranean.
I just don't understand why Chris doesn't bring his own lunch if he's worried that the free Mediterranean food isn't good enough.
Seen the sad lunches Jeremy brings? I'm not doing that.
Don't talk to me about sad turkey sandwiches. Come on.
They are extremely sad.
Wheat bread, dude.
Do you
There's
put
nothing-
any
No,
mayo
it's
on
not
it?
wheat bread. It's not. It's multigrain.
The visual of just whatever that bread is,
Yeah.
I don't care what's underneath there.
I look
sad.
great, okay? I look great.
Sad
It's
sandwich.
I feel
so
great.
Sad.
No,
I don't
Mike,
care about my
Mike,
sad
Mike
sandwiches.
is looking
That
at
my
you.
zero sugar.
Mike is looking at you that way because of how hard it was for you to get broadcasted words out of your mouth from under that beard. He is Will Ferrell from the Cowbell skit on Saturday Night Live.
And what the hell is Tony doing? He just looks cool.
Cock of the walk, baby.
That's Bruce Dickinson.
Bruce Dickinson.
He's got a fever.
It's a great costume.
Thank you, buddy.
Are you Christopher Walken?
Say it, baby.
Hispanic walking?
I don't know that I was ever more surprised in a music video than seeing Christopher Walken dance so well. Classically trained dancer, and it's a Fatboy Slim video,
Yes,
right?
weapon of choice.
And him dancing was just a wonderful reveal that I did not know that he had in his arsenal, where the whole video is Christopher Walken dancing, coming down an escalator. I don't know if I've ever been as surprised by a cameo performance.
That's
in
the whole
a video,
right? Him dancing.
It's just him dancing. Put it on the Poll at LeBatard Show. Like, I mean, Paul Simon did this with Chevy Chase, like using celebrities for cameos, but I just have never seen something in a video that surprised me more than seeing Christopher Walken dance well. Put it on the Poll at LeBatard Show. Would you have had any idea that Christopher Walken danced well before seeing him dance in that Fatboy Slim video?
Danced in King of New York.
That's a good movie.
Excellent movie.
I want to ask you about what's going on with Giannis. Let's play the sound here. They lose last night to a banged-up Thunder team at home. Giannis walks past Doc Rivers, ignoring him. I am going to have some trouble with Doc Rivers' legacy as a coach, as a guy who always loses Game 7s.
What's the trouble?
And, well, what do you say about him? Just bad.
He's not a good coach.
I mean, he's gotten an awful lot of chances with an awful lot of good teams, and he's a champion, and you're just saying he's not a good coach, and he's a champion.
The champion. They were like the worst team in the league in 2007, and then because Kevin McHale and Danny Ainge are buddies, they acquire Kevin Garnett, and all of a sudden Doc Rivers is a champion. Give me a break. Not a good coach.
I'll get to that in a second, but you just mentioned 2007, and it just it reminded me of that Gator team that won the championship right after 2007 and 2008. You guys want to guess how many players on that roster were arrested? Urban Meyer's champion Gators of 2008. Do you guys want to take a guess at the number of players on that roster who were arrested?
I think it's in the 40s.
It's 41. 41. It's a third.
Roy's guess was 8.
That's how you play the game.
A third of the roster. Yeah, Zaz really did undo my ability to do anything
play the
with
game
it.
better.
We've got to teach him how to do
Guess
this.
lower.
Are these individual arrests or 40 different people got arrested?
That's a good question, and it is 41 players. It's a third of the roster was arrested.
How wild is it, though? All of those players who were arrested and Urban Meyer's still allowed to be on the team. But Urban Meyer told Cam Newton, listen, you got to get out of here. It's too much.
Stole a laptop? You got to go.
You can't be here anymore.
I mean, 41 is a staggering number. None of it covered in the Netflix documentary that was about that championship team. Just ignored. There was a murder in the huddle, 41 arrests. Let's just celebrate. Tebow put a halo over the huddle, and that's all that matters.
To be fair, he wasn't a murderer yet.
That we know of.
That we know of. Thank you, Roy.
That's an important factor,
a good bit of which one? That we know of, or that he hadn't been arrested yet?
How can I?
Let's go ahead and play the sound of Mad Dog trying to say Jared Stidham.
But you have confidence in Peyton getting the most out of the quarterback in this ball game here. Stick him in this game on Sunday afternoon against the Patriots.
You can tell there's like a 5-second buffer there where he's looking for the name.
He's trying to find it, yeah.
I love him.
So,
but you have confidence in Peyton getting the most out of the quarterback in this ball game here. Stick him in this game on Sunday afternoon against the Patriots.
Stickum for me is word association Lester Hayes. I always do. Lester Hayes used to cheat by just having glue on his hands as a defensive back. Miami could have used that, incidentally, against Mississippi. Could have used it, actually, against Indiana.
In the national championship game when they had that pick six.
Against Indiana as well. But here, let me play the sound here after the game. The Bucks lose. Giannis's Bucks are now 18-25. The idea that Giannis is going to be on a team that doesn't make the playoffs is asinine, okay? And in the Eastern Conference, it's asinine that Giannis would be on a team that's 18-25. And here he is after the game, losing by 20 to a shorthanded Thunder team. Here's what he has to say.
We're not playing hard. We're not playing hard. We're not doing the right thing. We're not playing to win. We're not playing together. Chemistry's not there. Guys are being selfish. Guys are trying to look for their own shots instead of looking for the right shot for the team. Guys try to do it on their own.
So the last 6 games, 5 of them feature the fewest shots that Giannis has taken in a game this season. Can you guys just freeze for me real quick the size of his hands if anyone's wondering how and why it is that he is so good at basketball? I know that we're used to these guys being sort of freakish creatures, but do any of you have a hand that's larger than the entirety of your head? Like, he could palm the entirety of his face and be holding the top of his head because of the size of those hands.
You trying to get me?
Yeah, you can tell who got bullied in high school.
Push.
You push the hand into the
Can't get
face. Yeah, you push the hand into the face once they do that. Classic move. I was cool.
Zaz, what do you think of the fact that Giannis is drowning in Milwaukee?
Ask for the trade. Just do it. Like, just ask for the trade.
But why not do it without asking, like he's doing?
Because
you get the best of both worlds.
Because it doesn't work, but also, I don't think that anyone is going to be upset with him when he asks for the trade, especially because it's a big deal that they did win there. It's not like with Damian Lillard, it's like, man, but what happened? We didn't even win. Like, Giannis won, okay? This has been a mutually beneficial relationship. I do think the place where people are going to get angry with Giannis is if this stuff keeps going on. It's the talking about the other guys are selfish. It's the, I would never ask for a trade. You know, the team, it's up to them to do whatever they want to do. Whatever kind of stuff that keeps coming out, that's when the tide is really going to turn on Giannis. Just ask for the trade. Just do it. Just ask for the trade.
The passive-aggressive nature in which he does
Yes.
these things is not indicative of the star that he is, right? Like, if there's been
This
lesser
stuff's beneath
stars,
him, man.
There's been lesser stars that have been like, "Get me out."
What do
Come
you
get
mean?
me.
This is he's doing the right thing
To
here.
who?
He's not being
To
the jerk
whom?
that's like, get me out of here.
Chris,
He's
but
actually.
to who?
You think they're going to trade him if he doesn't say, I want to be
I
traded?
just can't believe we're crushing him for being the good soldier. He's clearly unhappy,
He's not being a
but
good
he's
soldier.
not saying the public, like, he's doing what we would want our athlete
But
to
he's
do.
saving face for who? That's
Yeah.
my question.
He's
for
not
the fans,
being a
they
good
don't
soldier,
care.
though. He's not.
I just think he can't win here. If he's like ripping his, I mean, like he
He
is
is
ripping
ripping his teammates.
But
He's
like,
ripping 'em.
if he's requesting the trade, we're gonna rip him for that too.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
I think we're talking out of both sides of our mouths here.
I think at this point, Chris is actually the example of why Giannis is doing this. He's game after game after game. They've lost 4 out of 5. Each time it's a different thing. Now it's, hey, my teammates are being selfish. They don't know how to win. Maybe it's because we're young.
And what's he talking about? Where I'm not maybe I need to ask to shoot more? Like, really?
Well, he's saying, I've never had to be the guy who commands the ball. My teammates have been smart enough to know how to get me the ball in the right position. He specifically references playing with Chris Middleton and playing with Brook Lopez and all of these different guys who knew what his gravity could do. And when he's just banging along, that's when they're winning championships.
Give it to me, baby.
So his teammates are no longer champions, Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton. Now it's Kyle Kuzma and Miles
Might be
Turner.
the worst walk-in.
Give it
in
to me,
history.
babe.
Well, he said that the teammates are trying to like put the game on their backs. Hey, they're trying to go win it one at a time. It's surprising to see him talk this way, but I think the reason I said Chris is the example is right now he's saying like, oh, we'll kill him if he eventually is requesting a trade right now. Well, the more you hear him explaining why he should be requesting a trade, and the closer we get to the deadline, then maybe with a week or 2 to go, he finally puts that in, and people like Chris who have been following the saga go, all right, man, well, he tried to call out the teammates. He tried to be the good soldier, but I guess at this point, he has to do it. If he had just requested the trade before things started to fall off the tracks, maybe people wouldn't react as well. And he cares about saving face with that city the same way that Damian Lillard did. He cares a lot about Milwaukee.
I'm the cock of the walk, baby. Listen, here's the thing. Milwaukee is doing this weird thing where they're like, no, we want to actually be buyers at the deadline. And it's like, no, your team sucks. What you need to do is get rid of Giannis and then reload. Thank you. Give it to him, baby.
You are a
walking.
Hispanic Christopher Walken, Christopher Caminando.
I like how bad it is.
It's so terrible.
He's just talking.
It's
so nailed it.
I'm the cock of the walk, baby, is all he's got to the
Say it, baby.
impersonation. He throws a baby on the end of things. It's not making...
Again, how I would usually talk anyway.
But Christopher Walken is, according to people who do impressions, one of the easiest impressions to do. Even Stugotz does
I got a fever,
Christopher Walken. And yours is truly terrible. Like, yours could not be worse. Please stay in character, a method actor throughout the entirety of the show.
Say it again, baby.
Are you guys are with Zaz that Doc Rivers is just a bad coach? I mean, he's got a lot of Game 7 losses. He's got a lot of historic bad on the end of seasons.
Are you asking if Doc Rivers is a bad coach?
He's a champion.
Okay.
Who cares? So is Frank Vogel.
Okay, so who's the worst coach ever to win a championship? Or who's a coach that wins a
I like this game.
championship that just has a
like
terrible
this.
reputation?
Les Miles.
Barry Switzer.
Les Miles is pretty good. Les Miles was eating grass on the
That
sidelines.
guy's dumb. And Google him. More than just dumb. Bad guy.
I don't like calling people dumb.
I'm good calling Les Miles dumb.
But I thought it was sufficient to say he was eating grass on the sidelines. I think that he would pick up grass and eat it. I think
Do you have
that's
the
sufficient.
oil spill sound from Les Miles? All right. You don't want to call him dumb. That's all right. We'll just let the sound speak for itself.
I don't like calling anybody dumb.
Oh,
but,
no, this guy's dumb.
But yes, Les Miles at one point was indeed asked to comment, and you shouldn't ask coaches about everything. They very often don't know a lot about things outside of football, but some of them try to fake it when they are asked about things outside of football.
Since you got to Louisiana, first you had Katrina to deal with. Now you got the oil spill working its way to you. I'm just wondering how that's going about, what that's impacting y'all, and what kind of situation y'all are facing.
Well, it's the impact is more of a anything along the shore, and those issues they're very serious issues, and the impact is on the what is the natural resource of our country, but I don't know that I don't know exactly to what extent it's being handled well and managed or mismanaged. I have no idea. The only thing I know, it's very sincere, and it affects more than Louisiana. It affects the ocean.
Say it, baby.
Mark Stein says, quote, word is that Miami believes it will be firmly in the mix as a legit trade destination for Giannis Antetokounmpo if he actually becomes available. And he also says that the Heat will not make smaller moves like Ja Morant if it in any way impacts the ability to get Giannis.
I talked about this I think it was before the season started, right? That in the offseason, there had been communication between Giannis's camp and the Heat. And it was conveyed that if we get to a place that this is not working, Giannis is interested in Miami. Like, that was conveyed to Miami from Giannis's people. I said that before the season started.
You did. And you also said there's a opportunity maybe that the Ja Morant-Giannis thing could be a combo package. But word around the league is nobody wants Ja. There's nobody willing to make a substantial offer to Memphis for Ja Morant. And it's like, all right, now you're saving all your assets for the one big fish when he decides to make the trade request known.
Yeah, I think things have changed in the NBA when it comes to these big trades. I think it's quite possible that you're going to see you only have the huge packages for guys like Giannis. When you have guys like Ja Morant, who, listen, by all accounts, a really good player. But I think there's going to be a change in the league where you're not going to have these massive blockbuster trades. And I think we're seeing it with Ja Morant.
It's hard for me to believe that nobody wants Ja, but I was also stunned the other day when Mike Dunleavy, the general manager of the Warriors, said this about Kuminga.
Yeah, I mean, I think as far as the demand, I'm aware of that. I think when in terms of demands, when you make a demand, there needs to be demand on the market. So we'll see where that unfolds.
When you make a trade demand,
That's a bar.
there needs to be a demand in the market. You're going to keep doing that, aren't you? All right. Very good.
What it calls for, baby.
All right. Yes, good. I'm glad that you're...
Did Les Miles say something? You wanted him to say it, right? So I told him, say it, baby.
Roy, how do you feel about the fact that Jonathan Zaslow, who once ended a vacation early to support the Panthers because his team needed him, and he flew back into town. Drove, excuse me. Well, you flew down the highway to get back to the Panthers.
Get in the car. We're going home.
He is officially, it was unofficial before if you sensed it, he's officially worried about the Florida Panthers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't blame him. I mean, the Seth Jones injury is worse than we thought. He's missing the Olympics now.
Yeah.
And even the Kachuk return, that bump didn't exactly do well for the Panthers as they lost to the Sharks. So, I understand why you're worried. And it's going to be they're going to have to work hard to get back.
But wait, are you worried?
No.
Okay, I knew it.
I mean, Roy also wasn't worried when we got to Game 7, Does he worry about anything? I am worried, though, Dan. I am officially worried. We are well past the halfway point of the season. It's 34 games remaining. The Panthers are 5 points back of the wild card, all right? Forget getting top 3 in the division. That ship has sailed. They are 5 points back of the wild card, and it feels like we're getting to the point where this is going to be just a lost season, where they have not been able to recover from all of the injuries. Like Roy mentioned, Seth Jones now, who has not played in several weeks since the Winter Classic. He is now going to miss at least through the Olympics because they just replaced him on Team USA. I am at the and look, Kachuk is back, which is great. Training camp, all right? This is going to take a little bit of time for him he could be 100%, but it's going to take some time for him to get back to being Matthew Kachuk. Marchand is still out. He should be back soon. No Kulikov, no Noshek, no Gadjevich. It gets to a point. No Barkov. No, but we knew that, And Bobrovsky, by the way, who I love, is actually having a career worst season. All right. So it gets to a place where I think this is a problem.
5 points out of the final playoff spot. I'm alive again. We are back.
They spent 3 decades there.
This is us.
How about a league rule? If you win back-to-back championships, you get to go in the playoffs next season.
I don't hate that.
Last playoff spot, you get it.
I don't hate that.
Like Champions League? All right. They won the previous season, put them in.
But by the way, it's not just 5 points back of that final playoff spot. Oh, they also have to jump 5 teams to get there.
Put it on the poll at Le Batard Show. If you've won back-to-back championships, should you get an automatic berth in the next playoffs? Because Chris Cody just likes wandering over and just changing the rules to everything.
I honestly could use a break. I'm tired, man.
From caring? You need a break from caring and hurting?
These playoff runs are exhausting.
Well, he's probably tired because he carried the program on his back. He's the reason they got there.
Oh, you mean a break just from them?
From caring.
I thought
He
he
just
meant
says-
a break, like just let us in. No, you were
No,
just like
he just
break
said
from
from
life.
caring, from paying attention to games. He just needs a respite from pouring his heart into things.
Why is Jeremy such a little?
Jack
Why
over there.
is he such a little?
More cowbell.
No one
baby.
likes you.
It's a good costume. That's heavy-handed. You know what? That's not. You're going to have to
hurts.
get out of here.
Jeremy?
I'm sorry. No, I'm going to get. No, why would I get Jeremy out of here? He didn't do anything.
We actually need more cowbell, baby.
Minor penalty, 2 minutes. Personal foul. Personal and foul.
It's too bad, too, because I was about to celebrate you as GM of the Year for your work with the Cyclones in Highlight. Jeremy, I wasn't kicking you out. I was kicking Mike out. And I'm not kicking.
Oh, come on.
No, I'm kicking Mike out. Jeremy didn't deserve that. He didn't do any. He didn't do anything to deserve that. Just get out. Just get out of here, Mike.
Can I do a top 5 when I come back?
Sure, but you're going to have to leave here for 2 minutes. What is your top 5 going to be so that you can tease people, so that people time spent listening increases because people can't get enough of Mike Ryan in their lives?
Top 5 badass plays from the Canes season, baby.
If you cannot, if you want more Mike Ryan, Canes Insight is a place that he has helped found that is growing and has a lot of portal information. And if you want to follow the momentum of this University of Miami season with fresh information, Canes Insight is where you go. You guys saw on ESPN.com this LeBron, I'm going to call it the LeBron story, but it's about the Lakers infighting. For those of you who don't know, this has been a problem since Jerry Buss died. The kids fight over the ownership of the franchise. And the reported details in this story, unsurprisingly, are that the Lakers were fed up with the amount of power that Clutch had, were fed up with LeBron's ego, were trying to think about how to trade him and begrudgingly extended him just because they didn't want the optics of not extending him. What did you think was the most interesting thing in that story on ESPN.com, Zaz?
The LeBron and Clutch stuff was the only thing I cared about. Because if I'm being perfectly honest with you, this story to me was so annoying. I hated this story. I couldn't keep track of all the siblings. It's 6 siblings, and all of their names start with J. It was Jesse and Johnny and Jimmy and Jeannie and Janie and Joey.
How do we feel about that?
So
move?
you
It's a
did
common
keep track of
family
all the
thing.
names.
And no,
Those are all of them.
I kept having to scroll up, and that's this sibling. That I couldn't keep track of it, Dan. And eventually I said, F it, I'm not reading this anymore. I couldn't get through it.
But does it matter that you have a reading comprehension problem? The 6 kids have a problem. It doesn't matter who's being quoted. You don't know any of them anyway other than Jeannie, so it's just the 6 siblings are fighting succession
I didn't
style.
like this story.
Okay, that's your commentary on it? You just didn't like the story.
I found it fascinating. I found it fascinating. Like the sibling dynamics, it was like reading through a script of Succession. Like it really genuinely felt like I was seeing how this type of thing with these wealthy people who are gifted this opportunity to have wealth, by the way, like
They work hard.
It's their father who bought this franchise and built it into what it was, and now he was literally with them trying to put the succession plan in place before he died. It's all for the point that there wouldn't be this level of backstabbing. And then in the time since, they've all seemingly backstabbed each other. The 2 younger siblings who are Jerry Buss's kids but have a different mother have had this exclusion. Jeannie Buss told one of them that he should never have been born. That was within this story. And you don't find that interesting? Like I found the entire saga to be fascinating. From our perspective, I can understand where the most interesting thing that stands out is how she felt about Clutch, how she felt about LeBron reacting to the Russell Westbrook trade and then trying to wipe his hands of it because she clearly made the trade just to try to appease him. But the saga of the Buss family was fascinating to read. The reporting was amazing.
I would have been able to find it interesting if I could have followed along with the story.
So blame Jerry for naming his kids all with J.
Yes, I couldn't keep
My brother's
track.
name is Jason. Jeremy
Joey,
Jason.
There's 2 of you. That's 6 of you.
It's also pretty difficult. My parents get it wrong all the time.
Keep track.
Can you do me the favor, please, and find out for me how many of George Foreman's kids were named George? I think he named his daughter Georgette as well. I don't know if it was 7. Like, that's aggressive. I understand giving all the kids names that start with the same letter, but naming all of the kids George in a household where mom has to call out for somebody and everyone turns around when she says George, that's a real insanity and an enormous ego that wants the legacy of telling everybody there will always be George Foremans.
All right, so there are 12 children. All 5 of his sons are named George. One of his daughters is named Georgetta.
I think Dion did something similar. Does Dion have boys named Dion? Because he does have a girl named Deandra as well. Although my favorite name game when it comes to any of this stuff is that Dennis Rodman was one of 19 children and his father was named Philander. Like, you can't do better than that. That is the best that you can do.
There were nicknames to keep the Georges all separated. So you had George Jr., but then George III, nicknamed Monk, then Big Wheel, Red, and Little Joey.
Time now for Mike Ryan's top 5 most badass plays from this University of Miami season. Any OLIs?
Yeah, OLIs. Visual accompaniment for the top 5, but OLIs, you got to crack the top 5 to get visual accompaniment. We begin with Malachi Toney mossing that Pitt player on that 4th down for crucial style points. And we got... No. That's OLI. That's OLI. We got Mark Fletcher, also OLI, College Station, duo to the outside, beast mode run, huge to put Miami in position for a go-ahead score. Also OLI, Marty Brown running into the pile, pulling it outside and going to the house, all to be incorrectly taken off the board against Florida. And the final OLI, Akeem Mesidor, Week 1 against Notre Dame, sacking the quarterback and then doing the leprechaun pose.
I can't believe Mendoza didn't fumble on that strip sack that Mesidor had in that game. I don't know how that ball didn't come out of Mendoza's hands.
Number 5. How the hell did Ruben Bain end up with the ball, the interception, big-time pick against Notre Dame, one of the season's best games and most pivotal? In retrospect, ball bounces off of Keontae Scott's foot. Ruben Bain gathers it. Badass.
That's how the trailer play, baby.
Number 4, the 14-yard pile push in Glendale. Number 3, Mo Toure dying for our sins in College Station.
That poor guy. Man, was he unconscious at the goal line there at the end?
One of the enduring images of this season was Bryce Fitzgerald intercepting that ball the very next play, and Mo Toure being held up by a trainer, having to be stopped from going on the field to celebrate. Mo Toure, great cane for that play. And number 2, Keontae Scott, the pick 6.
That's number 2?
Talking that trash to the Ohio State
sideline
on the way there, and then the Jim Thorpe Award pose in the end zone. That's when you knew Miami was going to win that ball game.
That's when you knew Miami would be the runner-up this season.
Yeah, and number 1, one of my favorite calls of all time, Mark Jones on the call. One of Miami's best performances of the regular season, a game people were nervous about against C.J. Bailey and NC State. Jacoby Thomas, interception, running it back to the house, pointing at the quarterback that threw it. And Mark Jones says, Jacoby Thomas looked at his wrist and said, I got time today.
This episode of the Dan Le Batard Show is presented by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
At some point during this hour, we will get to Oscar nominations. David Sampson is always interested in that. Sinner's got a record number of Oscars nominations, so we will get to that at some point during this hour. As you may know, it has been a very, very rough time for Mike Ryan. He's having the hardest time at life right now of anyone in our universe, and it's my understanding that David Sampson spent a lot of time last night in his busy schedule consoling Mike Ryan. So, David, what can you reveal about that conversation? We all know that Mike Ryan is going through a much harder time than anyone else here in all regards at life because the University of Miami has lost. So how did that conversation go yesterday?
It's just devastation. I felt his pain in a way that he had no way to compare it to anything that anyone has ever felt or gone through because of the pushing the boulder of the season up a mountain and having it crash down upon him with a Roy Bellamy interception prediction that comes true.
Never forgive him.
Yeah, well, that was just an absolute great call. It's as though we were watching the game on tape delay on the live watch party. And for me, my biggest concern with Mike is I wanted to let him know that he can go to the light and that there will be a tomorrow. But he was inconsolable, Dan. I couldn't get him to budge off of his misery, and he was wallowing it in a way that made me gain perspective on what it is to feel upset. So I was very appreciative of that phone call.
David, thank you, first and foremost, because like I do this performative thing for a job. I am so sad. Like, it's like legit. I am so devastated. I know you think it's stupid. I didn't go to school there and all that bull.
He thinks it's stupid.
I see all the comments. What do you get out of this? I get a lot, professionally and personally. Like, that being a Golden Cane and the network that's afforded me has been tremendous, and I love the community that I have around my family, and I care so much. This week has been really hard for me, and it was cool to be buoyed by David Sampson, who has nothing else going on in his personal life.
Yeah, listen, I'm here for you, Mike, and I'm with you. I was in sports for a long time, and basically 17 out of 18 years ended in misery for me. And then you have the comparison, which you have because you've been a part of champions before. When you know what it's like to win it all and you get close and don't do it or don't get a chance to do it, you say to yourself, am I ever going to get back there? Will I ever be in a position to have one drive for a national championship? You could live your entire life and the entire life of your family and not be in that position again. Question, is it better to have loved and lost than not to have loved at all, Dan? And that's what we spoke about for about 41 minutes.
What is your greatest sports heartbreak? What is the one that you have still not gotten over?
Ewing off the back rim, Game 7, Eastern Conference Finals, 1995. Easy. Like that is.
It's a finger roll. How does he not make that? It was just a finger roll.
Pat Riley said, I'm out of here, peace.
It was right. It was in front of me. I was watching it. I thought we were going back to the finals. Jordan was still suspended. And so for me, it was, I'll never forget it. I think about it every day, Mike. And this is now, I don't want to bother you, but this is 30 years ago. And I think about it.
I don't think
every
Jordan
day.
was suspended. I think you're breaking news there. Jordan was not suspended.
Well, you call it retired. That's okay. You can call
baseball.
it retired. I'm not calling it retired.
Well, he was back though. He played in that playoff.
You think they could have kept something like that quiet? You think that they could have quietly suspended Michael Jordan for gambling?
What a great coincidence that he decided to hit a baseball for the Chicago White Sox and the Birmingham Barons. God, that was unbelievable.
So yes, you think that something like that could stay quiet?
You think I'm the only person?
Dan.
Yes, you're right.
on, Dan.
No one's talked about this before.
I agree with
Jordan
David.
had enough.
So do
and
I.
then he
You a sucker?
sent a. Give me a break, would you, Dan? He didn't retire for 2 years. No one in the industry thought it at the time. No one in the sports industry. And it comes up, in these crazy rooms with executives when you're talking about things that have gone on in your lives and careers.
So
I've
just
never
to be
heard
clear,
someone say
to be
he
clear,
retired.
you think that's a secret that's been properly kept for 30 years?
It's not properly kept because we all know it.
Yeah.
Put it on the poll at LeBatard Show. Did Michael Jordan retire or was he secretly suspended for gambling at LeBatard Show? Do you have any thoughts, David, on the Miami Dolphins coaching hire?
I laughed. I love Green Bay. Let me just say that. And when you bring in Sullivan, it doesn't take a genius to know that he's going to bring in someone who he knows, who he's worked with, who he's excited about. And all I pictured was Stephen Ross having to acknowledge, yeah, it looks like Green Bay knows how to do it, and I don't after all these years. Query, why does Stephen Ross not want to switch gears and go to a coach? There hasn't been one since Wanstead. Why would he not want to go to a coach with some sort of NFL experience? Steve's not getting younger. And so this needs to be the hire that gets him a playoff win and gets him into, maybe a Super Bowl conversation for a final drive to win a ring. And I just worry that he is trying to continue to do what hasn't worked all these years.
You laugh. For the record, the coach and Hafley and all their coaches have NFL experience. None of them of the last 8 have had coaching experience.
That's what I mean.
You laugh?
Because I always liked switching. I loved changing managers the way he likes changing coaches. But we would go from a disciplinarian to a player's guy, back to a front office guy, to a younger guy, to an older guy. We would try everything. I don't understand why a team like the Dolphins, who is the biggest failure in South Florida sports history, this stretch of Dolphin losing, to me, is the number one, worse than anything the Marlins ever did or the Panthers. I can't imagine why you don't try something different.
The name of his podcast is Nothing Personal, and I've been telling you, and I am actually consuming a lot of stuff, and nobody does the sports business and law stuff that I've seen better than David. The Duke lawsuit against Miami over Miami stealing or trying to steal its quarterback.
I understand why that is the general understanding. Miami is not being sued right now.
I know.
Duke is suing.
Well, let's be
Darian
clear, Mike.
Mensa.
Yeah, well, let's be clear what's happening. This is about a contract, and this is about the enforcement of a contract. That's really what the lawsuit is about. Do you have the ability within the constraints of the 4 corners of a document to do something that is not allowed within the 4 corners of the document? And this happens not just in sports. This is the most commonly litigated issue in the land, which is, hey, I'm supposed to do X. I want to do Y. How do I do that? And that's exactly how lawsuits happen. But the reason why this one matters to me, Mike, so much is that right now you're the beneficiary of this. But tomorrow you won't be. And so be very careful what you want as the result of this lawsuit. The ability for a
what
player.
He wants is a quarterback.
Well, that's the
what
point.
I need.
So.
I understand. This is the dangerous game. You can lose players and gain players. I don't like seeing Gerard Pringle in the portal. I do find it curious that Miami tends to be at the center of these things more than other schools, but that's the kind of energy that you need to keep this thing going down here. And trust me, when Miami looks at a player, now that he's officially in the portal, like Darian Mensa, they're checking with their legal department. For Darian Mensa to not be allowed to where he wants to go, that shifts the entire paradigm for the NCAA and college athletics, because these guys need to have a collectively bargained sport. And the NCAA does not want to do that. They want to have these athletes adhere to contracts like they're employees, yet they don't want to admit they are actual employees. Look at the language.
What would happen if they admitted they're employees?
You have to collectively bargain the sport.
They'd be a union, first of all.
Yeah.
You'd have a CBA, and there'd be work stoppages. It would be a total nightmare, and it would just indicate what I think is the future anyway, which is the college sports landscape is just the professional sports landscape with different quality. But, Mike, you said something that I'd like you to think about. We need to allow players, you said, to go where they want to go. That sounds a lot like you just want total free agency, right?
Here's what I want, truly. I want a collectively bargained sport where the players get their fair share and the sport actually pumps money back into the sport. But
different subject, Mike. I'm asking about player movement.
But if they're not going to be treated like employees, if they're not going to have benefits, then I want them to be able to go wherever they goddamn please.
Every year. You mean every year?
Every year. Yeah, that's
so
where
no
we are.
deals.
Are you not watching? That's exactly where we are. Like, all these players are free agents every year. Just because someone is not in the portal doesn't mean that you don't have their agent calling you week 1. People have no idea how crazy this is. I think Miami is built for it better than most, so I'm happy with the rules right now, but it's not ideal. It's a headache. I feel terrible for the people that are running these collectives and negotiating these things against these super agents that are just awful people sometimes. Everyone wants to say the kids are the problem. Everybody wants to say that the schools are the problem, when the real problem is the agents taking advantage of this situation. If there is somebody manipulating a situation in athletics, look to the agents, and not just in athletics, in the world. I want the sport to be collectively bargained. I think that's most fair for the kids. The NCAA does not want to treat them fairly. If the coaches can leave, if the administrators can leave, the kids can leave too.
Mike, do you know what comes with the CBA? Agents.
I understand
You will
that.
be knee deep in agents.
Yes,
if there's
but
a
there is,
CBA.
yes, I understand that. But there will be order. There will be a defined set of rules. And right now, it is just chaos. Now, my program appears to be thriving in this chaos, so I'm built for it. But I guarantee you, this is not sustainable. I'm going to lose kids this way. I'm going to gain kids this way. Everybody's going to be frustrated by it. We're all going to be fighting. There's going to be more lawsuits when all we have to do is admit that these kids are employees and they should be given employee benefits.
But, Mike, here's the issue. If you have a player that you have signed what you believe to be a 2-year deal for $3 million a year, do you put that player after year 1 in the category of, oh, we got to be careful, he may enter the portal and go to another team?
You're constantly fighting to keep people. No
So why would
matter
you
their
ever give a
status.
2-year deal to anyone?
I don't know why you would. There's no such thing as a 2-year deal. If the kid starts performing and you have a 2-year deal, guess who's calling you saying yesterday's price is not today's
The
price?
only reason there's a 2-year deal is because the player wants to have some type of security blanket. That's
Correct.
the only reason.
In the event that he gets injured, and some NIL deals have protections in there. Here's what. There's also confusion. I was explaining this to David last night. Hey, isn't there a salary cap? Why?
Right.
Why is there so much money still being pumped into NIL? Like, Texas is blowing past whatever perceived salary cap there may be. And here's what the salary cap does. Rev share money is guaranteed. If you have an NIL deal, that money can be recouped, provided you have language in that contract. So if you have a player that is out all year, that doesn't contribute to your team, you can have an name, image, and likeness deal that guards you against that. That's all this means. And I'm pretty interested on your take as to how, because I'm fairly certain most of Mensa's money is via the rev share agreement. How might that complicate things?
Why not just buy insurance instead of having it in the contract? If you're talking about wanting to have a CBA and wanting to have free agency every year, if you're trying to protect an investment, you can insure your players. And if they're out for the season and then with a legitimate injury, then you'd be able to recoup whatever salary, whatever investment you have in the player under certain insurance deals. Does Miami do that?
Or you could collectively bargain the sport, and as part of that bargaining process, maybe have measures in place to protect programs from that too, and the kids.
Yeah, I think that you're wishing upon a star here, because if you actually unionize all of, what are there, Mike, 136 FBS schools?
Mm-hmm.
Am I in the neighborhood? You're talking about, what is it, 50, just rough numbers, 50 players on a roster. It is really an unusual amount.
I get it.
It's too burdensome.
I get it.
To have a union that size.
I get it.
It's not going to happen.
I get it. And I don't think the NCAA wants to stop this gravy train. So in the meantime, you're going to see a lot more Darian Mensahs. Go Canes.
David, what are those baseballs behind you? What the motel behind you is what? The motel replica and the
That's
baseballs.
Schitt's Creek. Come on.
What? Oh, sorry. I'm sorry,
How
Jeremy.
could you not know?
Sorry, Jeremy.
Jack shit over
there. Okay,
That's amazing, Dan, that you don't know. That's the Rosebud
have not
Motel that
watched
my daughter
Schitt's
got
Creek.
me. That is, you've never watched Schitt's
No,
Creek?
I know
you call
of
yourself
it.
a Jewban?
Seen of it.
I know that Eugene.
You call yourself a
Levy,
Jewban, Dan?
I'm a Jewban.
I don't
He's
call
not a Jewban.
myself a Jewban. I don't call myself a Jewban. No.
Say it again,
do.
baby.
I think you are a Jewban. Your family is very Jewban-like, actually.
Well, most Cubans are a lot like the Jewish community culturally. That's true. But what's going on with the baseballs back there?
Well, this is a baseball from Ichiro that was given when he got into the Hall of Fame, which is pretty cool. And that's a baseball that Ichiro used to practice when he got into the Hall of Fame. He still did a workout that day. And this is a baseball from a documentary called Who Killed the Montreal Expos, which is on Netflix, that was sent to me by Netflix. And that's the hat as well.
You were exonerated in that documentary. I have not yet watched it. Netflix, Who Killed the Expos? It's out on Netflix now. You were pretty much exonerated there, were you not?
I got to tell you, I just got a text before we got on the air from someone who I haven't spoken to since 1999. The former owner of the Expos was a man named Claude Brochu, who is also in the documentary. And I haven't spoken to him since the transaction. And he just texted wondering whether I would talk to him about a book that he's trying to write about the Expos. So I think the Expos are having a moment here where people are trying to figure out how to change the narrative around who's to blame. But exonerated, to be exonerated, you have to be charged with something. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was exonerated.
Jeremy just whispered through his beard, you can call it an expose.
That's really good.
Get him out of here, baby.
That is a penalty if there ever was one.
Is it? Okay.
I need more cowbell, baby, in the penalty box.
Minor penalty, 2 minutes. Fork came out of your mouth.
You got convinced to get him in the penalty box there, Dan.
The LeBron story on ESPN.com. Did you have any takeaways from that, David?
Yeah, you get what you deserve. When you're an executive and you bring in someone like LeBron James, and I'd love to hear about your conversations with Pat Riley, the reality of the hurt that he felt when he left. What is the reality if he had stayed? How would that have ended? It never ends well. And right now, forget the fighting that's going on with the Buss family, because that's sort of a fugazi. You're getting distracted by it. It's the reality of how do you deal with an oversized ego when there's no more receipts to be gotten. LeBron's not a good basketball player anymore. He's not a winning basketball player.
That's not true.
That's not true.
Come on, baby.
That's not
You haven't been
true.
watching, baby. I can tell.
True.
Gentlemen, the Lakers would have been better off to not have the money that they're paying to LeBron go to LeBron, for them to have reallocated it. You can't disagree.
You would have traded LeBron if you ran the
I would not have
Lakers.
signed him to the extension. He's past his useful life given his number.
I mean,
that's
not
his
true,
contract
David.
is not marked to market.
He's statistically still one of the best players in the league, David.
Listen, there's a bunch of schnooks who can put up 25 a game right now in this league. That is not
I don't know
what
too
I'm
many
talking
schnooks
about.
that could put up 25 in the league right now.
As a team, I would argue that if you're going to go with Luka, then the way you should have done it was by building a team of players who can complement what Luka does. LeBron's not one of them. The Lakers are telling you that, basically, that all of his baggage is not worth it anymore, but they're stuck. So that's their problem.
LeBron, 23 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists, 51% field goals. Not a good player.
That's crazy.
Come
what
on,
you're
David.
saying.
He's not a
It's
top
crazy.
50 NBA player right now.
Come on, baby.
I mean, what are you doing, David?
I will name. You can't name 50 players who you'd rather have on your team. I'm talking about today's LeBron. Please do not misunderstand.
Those are numbers I just gave. It's today.
Okay. But there's a bunch of guys who are 14 points, 8 rebounds, and I'd rather have them on my team than LeBron.
Let me play for you an impersonation. Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, they're promoting the movie The Rip that is based in Miami on Netflix. And it's just cops, dirty cops infiltrate a home that's got a lot of cash in it, and then the subsequent chaos that happens. I've seen Ben Affleck and Matt Damon all over the place promoting this. And on a podcast called Project Big Screen, Ben Affleck does an impersonation of Billy Bob Thornton. Let's hear that and see if David likes this as an impersonation.
And I remember Billy, this was, I guess the Oscars happened after the movie, but before Armageddon came out, I saw him at the premiere, and Billy won the Oscar for Sling Blade. Yeah. And so we went after that, and he was like, hey, I saw you got that, you won that Oscar, didn't you? I was like, yeah, I mean, so what, they give you like half an Oscar? It was like you only wrote half the picture, right? That's what I mean, no offense.
Got the teeth down perfectly.
Oh my God.
He doesn't do that a lot.
He's one of the funniest guys.
One of the funniest people.
I'll like give you half an Oscar for that. That's nice. That's good. That's like a kid's Oscar, right? You get a piece of it. Participation Oscar, is that what you got?
You got to do the lip if you're going to do Sling Blade.
It's pretty good. It's pretty
You
good.
also should probably go medium brown.
That's quite a dye job, isn't
Zaz,
it?
you know about that Landman?
Yo, stop asking me about Landman.
Listen, I don't give a rip about the rip. I'm here to talk with the Oscar nominations. Speaking of Billy Bob Thornton, he's featured in my book, Cinephile, my interview with Billy Bob Thornton. I like the way you talk, fried chicken and taters. Ethan Hawke gets his first ever nomination for Best Actor for Blue Moon. That's fantastic news. Ethan Hawke's one of my favorite actors. Interviewed him years ago at Sundance. He's also in my book, Cinephile. Props to Sinners, obviously, 16 nominations. One battle after another, 13 nominations. And the voice of Hind Rajab, Palestinian film up for Best International Feature Film. And it was just an accent. Terrific Iranian film out of France. Great day for the Oscar nominations. Thrilled for all those nods. Sorry to interrupt, Samson. Love a good Claude Brochu reference, but just had to talk Oscars.
Well, I don't know where did you come from? But yes, the Oscar nominations were happening as I was doing nothing personal this morning. And Coca kept saying, why are you not looking at the camera? It's because I was watching the nominations, which I watch every year, always with my daughter, by the way. Not I'm going to make this sad, and I don't mean to be. So that's upsetting. But what I will say is people should be thrilled to watch the Oscars. Big-time movies, Sinners, one battle after another, F1. It's not just about small artsy movies that you should all see, like Hamnet, Marty Supreme, and of course Sentimental Value, which is my personal favorite, Adnan. It's a perfect year with a perfect host, March 15th on ABC. And let me tell you, I'm going to be there, Adnan.
Nice.
I decided
Wait,
that...
Dave, hang on a second. I was about to ask you, is Metal Arc going to reunite what we did 2 years ago? We had great reviews. Dan knows this. Should have brought us back next year. I was going to ask you right now, publicly say, David, can we reunite? And you're telling me, no, you're going to the red carpet.
No, I didn't say I'm going to the red carpet. I am going to find a way. I want to be in California.
I want to do the show again with you guys. Is it on Selection Sunday? I want to combine the
March
two.
15th. We need to do this again. This has to happen.
This could be the best year for Oscars of all time, Adnan, because the movies have such great commercial appeal. And Sinners, I just don't love that Sinners broke the record, to be honest, because it will go down in history now as the most nominated movie ever. And I loved Sinners. Sure. It's an unbelievable piece of cinema. But is it the number one? Right. Should it be always known as that? I wanted it to come in at 13 to 15. Right around there. But what happened is it got 2 extra nominations, supporting actor and supporting actress.
Yeah.
And that brought it over the top. And, good for them.
Yeah, to your point, I don't want it to be viewed as like Casablanca or Lawrence of Arabia, but 16 nominations is incredible. I had it number 9 of my top 10 films of the year. Wunmi Musaka was nominated for the Actors Award, so I wasn't surprised by her for supporting actress. But you're right, Delroy Lindo came out of nowhere for supporting actor. He did not get nominated for a Golden Globe. He did not get nominated for an Actor Award, which is formerly known as the SAGs. Thrilled for Delroy Lindo, by the way. Loved him in Malcolm X, Clockers. Roy's nodding his head right now. Defy Bloods, he should have been nominated for. So Lindo gets nominated, rides the Sinners wave. 16 nominations. The next question becomes, so it's the favorite, right? No. One battle after another is the favorite to win Best Picture.
Clear.
And I kind of feel your concern. Sinners might be one of those movies, 16 nominations. How many does it actually win? Its best chance is Coogler for screenplay. That's his best chance to win, but I don't think it's going to win Best Picture.
There's a chance it goes 1 for 16.
Yes.
And that's okay. It'll always be known as the most nominated film. I definitely wish that Paul Mescal was nominated as supporting actor. Yeah. I'm not upset that Wicked for Good got shut out.
Yes.
Forget it. It was terrible. It's just a waste. So enough of that. I was thrilled for Penny Lane getting nominated for Best Actress, Kate Hudson, in a little scene but amazing movie called Song Sung Blue with some Neil Diamond in there. Totally different movie than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
I missed it was just an accident being a Best Picture. I'd like it to have gotten a nod there
100%.
Because it's well worth it. And Ethan Hawke.
Yes,
if
Blue
there's
Moon.
one movie for people to see, well, there's so many, but go see Blue Moon. I don't know why people aren't seeing it. It is an acting tour de force by Ethan Hawke.
Who let Adnan in?
Can somebody tell me what the hell Hamnet is, baby?
Hamnet is unbelievable, and David's right. That's one of the biggest snubs of the day. Is that
Everybody
Paul
keeps
Mescal
saying it's
playing William
unbelievable.
Shakespeare.
What is it?
Okay,
It is
it's
about
William
Shakespeare and
Shakespeare. Paul
their
Mescal playing
child.
William Shakespeare, and
It's
what
a
happens when
typo.
childbirth.
It's supposed
Is
to
it
say
Hamlet?
Hamlet. It's a typo.
It's about the creation of Hamlet, but it is pronounced Hamnet. It is correct. Trust
It's
me, you gotta
about
see the film,
Hamlet?
though, Tony.
It's a net
Tony,
filled
Tony,
with
it's
ham.
about the creation of Hamlet, but it's
saying
called
it wrong.
Hamnet. I don't want to spoil it then.
Great.
Baby, I'm not going to watch it.
Tony, you should watch it, Tony, because it will lead to greater understanding of
Hamlet.
pain.
Such
No,
range, Tony. Sometimes you put the baby at the end of the sentence. Sometimes you put the baby
You
at the
can't tell me
beginning.
where to put my baby,
So
baby.
no, let's
us on our
let's
toes.
see if movie aficionados Adnan Virk or David Sampson know the impersonation you're doing. Go ahead and do your impersonation for them.
Cock of the walk, baby.
No idea. David? I have no idea.
Did you say I'm talking the walk, baby?
The cock of the walk, baby.
Oh, cock of the walk.
Adnan, baby. Bruce Dickinson.
Oh, is that from Swingers? Is that Vince Vaughn in Swingers?
It's a Stewie winner for the best fake. I swear to God, this is great.
It's
Baby.
Christopher Walken in
I put my pants on
the
one leg
cowbell.
at a time, just like you, baby.
Oh, my God.
But when I do, I make gold-plated records.
You know, once I see Walken's face and I hear Tony's voice, and it's pretty good. I got to be honest.
Thank you,
Not.
baby.
It's
It's
terrible.
so bad,
It's
Adnan. What is wrong with
terrible.
you?
It is really bad. Tony, the face Tony made, Adnan, when you said "bang bang," a 1-2 punch of Casablanca and Lawrence of Arabia.
Lawrence of Arabia, my God.
Casablanca, 1,000 years ago.
movies.
That's one of the great films. Gets like fine wine, gets better with age.
Watch a new movie.
I might be legitimately cracking up because I find this so funny and it's so bad. It's like
There is no better impersonator in your universe than Chris Cody, and I don't think that there's a close second.
Adnan, do you have any other Oscar thoughts? Because I do want to do that again this year. I think it'd be funny. Our selection Sunday, is it March Madness and the Oscars on the same day? Because I do think it'd be funny if we just merged the two and did a live stream off of the two things at the same time.
So wait, David and I are going to be talking about Song Sung Blue and then Loyola Marymount? That's what
That's
we're
right.
going to do?
That's right. That's right. I think it'd be funny to combine the two things. I want to do this. Is there a chance that we do this? David, are you going to insist that you be on the red carpet? If we put together a live stream again of the Oscars, can we convince you guys to host the Oscar show again down here? I don't want to miss a chance to do this again.
I'm in.
If you promise me that I can wear a tuxedo and that you will attend with Valerie,
Yes.
then I will consider being in Miami instead of Los Angeles.
I'll add one more caveat, and Dan, you got to bring your popcorn again.
Yes, it's good popcorn.
Great popcorn,
can,
baby.
Can you guys tell me what other thoughts you have? Because I know you guys are dying to talk Oscars. Yeah. Where are the places that you agree and where are the places that you two disagree?
I want to talk further about Paul Thomas Anderson, Dan. This guy's an 11-time Oscar nominee. He's made some of the best films, and all of us love these movies. Boogie Nights, Magnolia, Phantom Thread, There Will Be Blood, The Master. 11-time Oscar nominee. He's never won an Oscar, and he could go on a run this year like Sean Baker did with Honora. He's up for Best Adapted Screenplay. He's up for Best Director, and as I said, I think the film's going to win for Best Picture. A film that David didn't mention, which I loved, is called Marty Supreme. Timothée Chalamet, at 30 years of age, I believe, is the favorite right now to win, ahead of Leonardo DiCaprio. It's from Josh Safdie, and much as David was praising the fact we've got a great balance of commercial pictures and more independent films, this is a real mishmash. It's an indie movie. It's from A24, which is, of course, renowned for independent films, but it's got a $60 to $70 million budget. So they put a lot of money into this thing, and Chalamet's been everywhere trying to promote it on social media, etc., and it's been vindicated because it's a great film. 2 hours and 25 minutes. It's exhilaratingly funny. A friend of mine said to me, wait, it's about a ping pong player in the 1950s? I said, no, it's not about that. It's tangentially about that. It's really a film about ambition and being cocky and doing what it takes to win. And it kind of merges Chalamet's real-life persona, which at times can be irritating, but also charming. And he can be antagonistic, but he's also a remarkably talented guy. I hope everyone goes and enjoys Marty Supreme. Great showing today. Up for picture, director, screenplay, and, of course, Timmy.
His biggest challenger could actually be Wagner Moura from The Secret Agent in that category.
Golden Globe win, yeah.
So it is the first Brazilian actor to be nominated. We also had the first Irish actress to be nominated in a movie called Hamnet, Tony.
Jessie Buckley.
Now, that's a movie, Adnan, that I haven't seen because I was cautioned by someone who I paid to listen to my problems who said, hold off on seeing that at the moment because it happens to be of a subject that I may not want to be a part of. However, that said, when there is a potential Best Actress winner, a Best Picture candidate, there is no chance that I won't see the movie prior to March 15th. So what I'm doing is strategically figuring out under what scenario to watch it.
Well, despite the fact Tony's apprehension, thinking it's a typo, it's a really powerful film. I will agree with that person that it's going to be an emotional journey for you, especially with what you're going through. But I will say this, sentimental value, you found to be a heartwarming film also because of what you're going through right now. So I think Hamnet will be a film that will be justly rewarded by you. And listen, it's a really powerful film. I had it number 4 in my top 10. I've got Buckley winning Best Actress right now, deservedly so. It's a really phenomenal performance. But yes, bring the tissues. It's a real weepy.
One of the highly nominated films is something that you all should see. And Tony, I'm talking directly to you. Do you have any dysfunction anywhere in your family, or do you have a perfect family?
Of course, baby.
Okay, then, baby, Sentimental Value puts the dis in dysfunction, and it is a movie about a father and daughters. It's a movie about making memories as a family and what those memories do as life continues on. Can you make up for mistakes that you made in your younger years? What does it mean to be a good father when you choose work over family or family over work? It's called Sentimental Value. 4 actors got nominated, the 4 principal actors in the movie, and Best Picture, Best Director, Best International Feature. Did it not get Best Picture? Or did it?
It's up for Best Picture, yeah. And
so
Best International Feature.
Basically, every possible nomination. It's the best movie I've seen so far. Caveat: I haven't watched Hamnet or Marty Supreme yet, but those are the only 2 left. But Sentimental Value, Tony, please.
Also, the movie's called Sentimental Value. Okay, I hadn't heard of it. I was still waiting for the Hamnet description.
No, listen,
which nobody can tell me about, by the way.
Okay, Tony, for Mike, Ryan, and Dan, and for everybody in Zaslow, before we lose the entire audience, everyone's seen Weapons. I've heard your review of it. Excellent film, right? Amy Madigan gets nominated for Best Supporting Actress. That's great news. She's absolutely brilliant in the film. I know David thinks maybe she was an alien. I'm more with Mike and Zaslow that she was a witch. Regardless, it's a hell of a performance. She's got a puncher's chance at maybe pulling off an upset, maybe a career achievement type Oscar win. Great news for Amy Madigan and Weapons. Genre films not always represented. Good to see her get nominated.
I was disappointed, Mike, that you did not respond to my text when I sent you an article. I know you were busy crying, but I sent you an article that there are many people who believe that Gladys is an alien, not just me, and you conveniently decided not to respond.
Because she's a witch. That's why.
It's insane.
What is happening?
It's a funny take by David. I like the fact he's looking for vindication on this one. She's a witch. Come on.
There's an entire piece about how she's likely an alien.
What?
Well, you can
Which
trust
I had
the
not
internet.
seen.
If there's a piece on the internet, I think now is the time to just trust that there's
a YouTube
truth
hole
on
which
the internet.
Right.
Before we get to David's movie review of the week, I'd like Adnan's top 10 there. He said he's got a top 10. So number 10, let's get the fanfare ready. Let's bang through these as fast as possible. Number 10.
I really don't think you care, Dan, but I'm going to go ahead and indulge you. A Little Prayer, David Strathairn movie about a Southern family enduring a lot of tumult. That's number 10. Number 9, thank you, 16-time Oscar nominee, Sinners. Number 8, first ever Best Actor nomination for one of my favorite actors, Ethan Hawke, stars in Richard Linklater's Blue Moon. Completely snubbed by the Oscars, but I loved it. George Clooney, Adam Sandler, a movie star undergoing his own personal torment. Number 7 is Jay Kelly on Netflix. Number 6, all hail Paul Thomas Anderson, one battle after another. Number 5, Jonathan Majors gave the best performance of his life, but it was 2 years ago, and after that endured domestic violence allegations, so nobody saw this film, but it's brilliant. It's called Magazine Dreams. Number 4 is Hamnet, not Hamlet, Hamnet. Number 3, Josh Safdie, Timothée Chalamet, Marty Supreme. Number 2, the Persian filmmaker Jafar Panahi, who went to prison for his ideals and speaking out against the Iranian government. Therefore, Iran could not submit this film. It's submitted from France, but it's up for Best International Feature Film. Panahi's up for Best Screenplay. It was just an accident. And number 1, Roll Your Eyes in Unison. It's not a film, it's a series. It's on Apple TV Plus, and it's about the greatest director of all time. 5-part series, 4.5 hours. It's called Mr. Scorsese.
Oh, my God. My God, that's offensive. That's offensive.
Ruins the whole list.
Oh, you can't do that. Is that an Emmy behind you?
It is. My Emmy Award for 2 years ago.
And your book.
And my books in the file. Thank you, Cody. Available wherever books are sold. David wanted to hear the full list. Number 1 is Mr. Scorsese. Number 2 is Just an Accident. Number 3 is Marty Supreme. Number 4 is Hamnet. Number 5, Magazine Dreams. Number 6 is One Battle After Another. Number 7 is Jay Kelly. Number 8 is Blue Moon. Number 9 is...
Yeah, get him out of here. When you say wherever books are sold, is because you're asking wherever it is that books are sold? Is that like you don't know anymore where books are sold?
Amazon.com, Mango Publishing, wherever Greg Cody sells his books. By the way, OLI, just for Mike Ryan, The Perfect Neighbor, which is up for Best Documentary, The Naked Gun, and Song Sung Blue. Kate Hudson, Oscar nominated.
Naked Gun was great.
It was good. I liked the
It was
Naked
great.
Gun. I didn't think that should be made. I thought they should have stopped making them.
Oh,
but-
and they did great. Man.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
good. I did like it. Before we get you out of here, David, what are you reviewing for us this week?
I wanted to have a conversation, but it's too late about heated rivalry. I'm in the middle.
It's never too late.
I'm in on that. I watched
finished
it.
all of it, and I got to tell you, it was fine. But my girlfriend is obsessed. My daughter's obsessed. I've never seen a level of obsession for a series like I'm seeing for Heated Rivalry. Like watching every series. They've watched every episode thrice. They're getting the books and reading it. It is all over social media. It's fine. 2 players fall in love, whatever. That's like a Tuesday in Major League Baseball. But what a great love it is. So I'm forced for Valentine's Day.
No, it's 2 hockey players who are male who fall in love with each other, correct? That's
Tuesday in Major League
It's
Baseball.
the gay
Tuesday.
hockey show. Yeah, that's right.
It's literally a Tuesday, but I am forced for this Valentine's Day that I've got to go to the cottage. So I'm going to do it.
That show made me want to do squats.
Oh, I've saved all sorts of workouts.
I mean, I'm telling you, the asses on those guys.
Holy
it
hell.
is insane.
The
Tight.
haunches.
Are we talking about Hamnet?
See you guys later. Thank you. Let's put together that Oscar show, combine it with March Madness Selection Sunday, and see what's the mess that we can make on that day. Thank
Scorsese.
you.
March
Gentlemen.
15th.
That's
See you
so
guys.
wrong
Sad,
what he
man.
did there with his Scorsese sickness. It's just he's troubled. How did he get up on the show? Like what? Where did Adnan come from? Why do I not have any control over what's happening around here? How does he bomb David Sampson's segment when I'm not sure how much David Sampson likes Adnan or Adnan likes David Sampson? How did any of that happen?
Tuesday in Major League Baseball.
Breaking news.
So we have a situation with this Seahawks-Rams game where you've got the number 1 scoring offense against the number 1 scoring defense, and usually defense wins that game, 7-1 all time when you have that kind of matchup. The all-time stats between the Seahawks and the Rams, the Seahawks are 29-28 against the Rams all time. They've scored 1,223 points. The Rams have scored 1,222 points. This feels like it's for the championship to me. I don't know how that feels to you. The Patriots have had a really easy schedule, and it's rare for a team like the Patriots to just cascade through everything and win the championship their first time through this. So I know I've doubted them all season, and they're a 5.5-point favorite on the road because they've gotten very fortunate here. Against the Broncos because Stidham is starting. But that's the game I'm interested in. I'm just not interested in the other one.
The part that sucks is that the game that it was actually during our holiday party, that Thursday night game between the Rams and the Seahawks was probably the best game of the year on a back-and-forth basis. Like, how do you top that game? The last time we saw these two teams play, it was the best game we've seen in a really long time. And like, all right, do it again. Right?
Well,
It's
the
tough.
2 times they've played, right? The Seahawks the first time they played the Rams, they had a -4 turnover differential and was still trying to kick a 61-yard field goal at the end to win the game, not even tie it, because they somehow overcame that. And then the last time they played, outside of that weird Broncos-Giants game earlier this season that had all that chaos in the fourth quarter and the game that the Titans won against the Cardinals, the weirdest game I saw this season was the ending to Seahawks-Rams the last time they played. But I believe that most of the people listening to this are going to take the Rams in that game just because they don't trust Sam Darnold.
Yep.
They think Sam Darnold is gonna Sam Darnold even with the best defense in the league. Tony, you're making a face there. You're willing to trust Sam Darnold.
I'm willing to trust Mike McDonald. I'm willing to trust the defense because Sam Darnold had the game that we all thought he would have against the Rams, and they were 61 yards away from winning the game. Right out on a field goal. Like this, you've seen the worst possibility. He throws 4 interceptions that are terrible. They have 5 turnovers in the game, and then all of a sudden you look and say, all right, 61 yards.
But I don't understand how the Rams lost to them last time. Like there were 5 minutes left in that game. Like it was improbable. They were all look. I could also make the argument that both Packers-Bears games of the last month were among the weirdest of the comebacks. But the Seahawks winning that second game against the Rams was damn near inexplicable. And when it comes to distrust for Sam Darnold, you guys remember the radio call last year. Minnesota went 14-3. They won all their one-score games, then they get to the playoffs, and Sam Darnold in a way that had the broadcasters really frustrated.
He's holding it too long. Just run. Throw it, man.
That was the pissed-off announcer talking about Sam Darnold with obvious frustration.
He's holding it too long. Just run. Throw it, man.
That was both of them, actually. Just run.
He's holding it too long. Just run. Throw it, man.
That man comes from a very deep place in the loins.
He's holding it too long. Just run. Throw it, man.
Baby.
Let's welcome in another new sponsor here. We love new sponsors. We ask you to support the people who support us, and we've got a GOAT conversation that I want to continue from earlier in the show of worst coaches to win a championship. We were talking about Doc Rivers and the fact that Doc Rivers is now 18-25 with Giannis Antetokounmpo. Doc Rivers has some bad failure on his resume. It's not just the Game 7s, the collapses with 3-1 leads. He had an Orlando team with Anthony Hardaway. Now, Grant Hill was hurt on that team, but he had a team that never got out of the first round with Anthony Hardaway.
Are we doing the GOAT of bonehead coaches?
Not bonehead coaches, but the GOAT of coaches to win a championship who you still don't consider any good.
No. I got to scratch off Nathaniel Hackett.
So you're just doing bonehead coaches that didn't win a championship?
He worked the clock to set up a 64-yard field
We're talking
goal.
a GOAT conversation. We need to get the GOAT of bonehead coaches. I mean, Nathaniel Hackett, try to beat that.
You remember that guy?
I mean, Gene Chizik. I wanted to go GOAT of
Hugh
coaches
Jackson?
who won a championship and you still consider incompetent.
Larry Coker.
Barry Switzer.
Those are good
Man,
ones.
don't say Coker. Come on.
Ozzie Guillen. I mean,
That's what I had.
Larry Coker. I think Larry Coker had the best start to a coaching career there's ever been. I think he won his first 32 or 34 games, and then when he left Miami, wasn't allowed to coach anywhere else.
Right. Well, thankfully, you can't say that anymore. It's Signetti.
This Hot Takes GOAT conversation is presented by Frank's Red Hot. Make every dish the greatest. Eat the GOAT.
Barry Switzer's pretty good.
It's a really good one.
When you mentioned Signetti, have you come around on Signetti, Tony? Have you? What is your feeling on Signetti? Are you seem to have some bittersweet, troubled, conflicting feelings?
After, proper time to really think about and reflect on the loss, I started thinking about Signetti, and I started thinking about his timeline of where he's been and how he's gotten where he's gotten. And it's like, this guy's a great coach, and I like his style. I like how he's always looking at the camera. He's playing on the fourth rail. Google me. Like, that's probably one of the greatest.
What's the fourth rail, and why is he playing on it?
Fourth rail, yeah. He's breaking the fourth rail.
No, it's a wall.
Fourth wall.
Fourth wall.
It's the third rail.
Yeah.
Oh,
this is
baby.
really funny considering the conversation we just had prior.
About the boneheads?
Yeah.
What is the fourth rail? I don't know what the fourth rail is.
Breaking the fourth wall.
Minor penalty, 2 minutes. Tremenda, cagaçon.
Yeah.
There's a third rail
Don't write it down.
and a fourth wall.
Don't write it down.
Don't be cool.
I'm sorry, Tony. You're going to have to leave. Sam Darnold with the Vikings versus the Rams last year in the playoffs. He lost 27-9, 9 sacks, 12 QB hits, 2 turnovers. Also, almost half of his interceptions this year have come against the Rams.
He said, Google me, and then he did it.
You got to go, baby.
Like,
Did you not hear Tremenda Cagazón? I don't know what a fourth
No, I heard it,
rail
baby, but-
Yeah, I know, but I don't understand what that was as analysis.
it's complicated. Zaz has said 18 things that haven't made sense in 2 weeks. What are
Yo,
you
don't
talking
bring
about?
me into your business, all right? Don't mind your own business. Go in penalty box. Keep my name out of your mouth.
I just don't understand what he was even trying to say. He plays
Yeah.
on the fourth rail.
It's
like
bad when you
just
confuse all of us.
It's a word salad of nothing. And I thought that he'd come around on Signetti.
It's
like
a shame. I wanted to hear the rest of his Signetti point.
It is a shame, isn't
Now
it?
we'll never hear about it.
No,
Baby.
but he doesn't deserve for it to be heard when you say he plays on the fourth rail. Like nobody understood what he was talking about. Like it's just saying words for no reason.
Fourth rail was
It's
wild.
so funny.
Dude, we were so close.
So good.
So close to
That's ridiculous.
having a game, a national title game, in which people were questioning Kurt Signetti's game plan and clock management and touting what a great call Mario Cristobal made. We were this close.
What do you think Tony meant? Just
Fourth wall,
right?
Third
Breaking
rail.
the fourth
Third
wall.
rail,
You
Like
think if
looking
you
at
had
the
him
camera?
explain what the fourth wall is, he'd be able to properly put the words together?
I don't know what he's saying
Nah, it's a
because
wall. You break through
Signetti
it.
doesn't play to the camera.
Yeah. Oh, what?
Signetti's
Oh,
he's just pissed off all the time.
No, he knows exactly where the cameras are. Are you kidding me? That's his thing. He's constantly looking at it. You didn't notice this about
He's
this?
just pissed off all the time.
He's always playing to the cam. The guy is such a ham. You know when he said Google me, it wasn't about his record. It's because it's something that he does every morning. The guy loves himself.
He had that
of ham.
He had that Google Me line locked and
He
loaded.
definitely rehearses his moves. And you know what? He's a champ.
Theater kid.
He's the freaking man. Man, how did that corner not bite on Mally underneath? It's like they knew where we were going with the ball.
I spent all
he's doing
day
the cheating thing.
yesterday thinking about that fake punt, not fake punt, but the punt return that never materialized. I spent all day yesterday thinking about
All right,
it.
so for those of you who do not know, a play that Chris Felica has pointed out before the blocked punt that turned that game, Malachi Toney caught a ball at the 5-yard line, and because the punt was so good, the University of Miami was not able to execute a play that I don't believe I've ever seen executed on a punt. I've seen it tried on kickoffs before they changed all the kickoff rules, but I don't think I've seen, I can't come up with it from my memory, a play where you field a punt and then make everyone, because Malachi Toney obviously draws a lot of attention, come to the right side of the field and then lateral it across the field by throwing it into your own end zone to a player for the Hurricanes who was wide open over there, unattended to. And a lot of people were sending me this over the last few days saying, look, Miami had set up, according to Chris Felica, I keep making him phallic for some reason. I always do that. Had set up what would have been a seismic, ballsy play call. Now, we're going to associate that game, I think, with Signetti making the ballsy calls because the Hoosiers scored 2 touchdowns, one of them aided by several University of Miami penalties, the other one aided by 2 4th and 5s that they converted that Signetti could have been forgiven for if he had not gone for them. And I thought it was kind of surprising that down in distance that he not only went for it, but chose to unleash his Heisman Trophy winner's legs for the first time on a design draw play. But you can't stop watching that play because of the almost. And the thing that I found curious in the coping of that is I really do feel like I can go to any football game that's played that is close and find 30 different plays that would have changed the outcome of a game if somebody had seen something. And for some reason, this one is the one that University of Miami fans can't stop talking about.
Because it's so extraordinary that they were trying to even attempt that kind of risky play. And on top of it, it's like, yeah, it was going to work. It's the what could have been that has captured me.
There were like 6 could have beens in that game. By the way, like it's kind of remarkable that Malachi Toney, most people when they have a design play like that and have the ability to throw, they'll force something bad.
Like how many times do you see the flea flicker who just about gets blown up
like
and the running back still tosses it
or
back,
a reversal wide receiver who forces a ball and it's
all
either
the
nearly
time
picked off. Mally just like he had the presence of mind like, all right, it's not there. I have a split second to just tuck this down and not even look. And to the point that Chris was on the sideline. He's like, I think they had something cooking on that. It was kind of weird, but nobody that was in attendance thought, other than Chris, like, oh, that's a fake play. But there were 6 plays in this game, and 2 of them were mano-a-mano plays, back shoulder throws where you just tip your hat like, okay, that's football. Can your guy beat our guy? And they did that. But the rest of them were straight up balls and execution. And that was the book on Indiana. They execute and they take advantage of any mistake that you made. You mentioned the draw play by Mendoza. Corey Heatherman said postgame he knew that was the play call. He knew that was a play call. We were just late in getting that play call in, and the safety comes outside as opposed to inside. The punter booming that punt. Us not being able to maintain the block there. Obviously, the block punt. All this stuff, the procedural stuff, the operational stuff, it all worked in Indiana's favor. And I thought it was cliche. All right, we'll see. I see these guys on the field. Our guys are a lot bigger than yours. Now, a lot of that stuff played out. Miami effectively ran the ball. But the game was won by execution. And I'm just flabbergasted that everything that was said about Indiana was absolutely true. You cannot make a mistake against them. You will pay for it immediately.
The point I was making about the fourth rail was that Cignetti is such a good coach, right? And it just kind of seems that he came out of nowhere. And it's just like he got one job after another job, and then he got the Indiana job, which is historically one of the worst in college football. And it's like, I'm going to win. Google me. And everybody's like, look at this guy. He's kind of a joke. And then all of a sudden they started being good. All of a sudden they started winning. And then this season, they've just been the best coach team. It's like, how do you go in, completely change a program and a culture like that?
They didn't play that good a game, honestly. That is not his signature game in terms of the team not making mistakes and playing well. Like they did not play the normally clean game that they play.
Right, but the corner that made the interception sharp, like that is a testament to film breakdown and coaching, because Malachi Toney was open underneath. You can hold that against Carson Beck. He took a shot, his head bounced off the field, but like usually the corner follows the underneath wide receiver, and that way you have a bigger hole to drop that pass into. And if you look at the film, like Marion is kind of open if it is a perfect pass, but it has to be that precise because the corner has Carson Beck read like a book. He's going his one read. This is the play call. I'm not going to follow Malley. I'll allow Malley these 20 yards underneath because I can go win a national championship right now. And on top of that, he makes the catch too. Yeah. It's a hell of a team, dude.
To Tony's point, I've been thinking about this as well, through the latter part of the season. Cignetti's 63 years old? How does that happen where you have a coach who becomes, like we're going to start talking about him alongside Kirby Smart, right, as best coaches in college football. But Kirby Smart is significantly younger. Like, how do you become one of the best coaches in college football out of nowhere and you're in your 60s?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Maybe, his attitude, maybe he's always kind of had that, and at the lower ranks, that doesn't fly. It's kind of weird for a guy that stood that close to Nick Saban, that was responsible for some big-time recruiting acquisitions and wins, to have to go to a lower level and build himself back up. Very rare for the Saban staffs to do that. Very rare.
Are you still turning off the television when you see the remnants of the highlights from that game? I see all over our wallpaper city, I do see still national flippin' champions are postered. Like all the Indiana people have left. There's no longer a bunch of red in all of our streets. They have left the city, but they've left behind some wallpaper.
Yeah, honestly, I thought about taking a personal day this week because I was so sad, but doing the job has kind of made me, because of the performative aspects, come up and realize, yeah, it was a great season. I enjoyed putting together the badass plays. I'm really happy about it, but yeah, it's still pretty triggering, Dan. It's one thing if you get blown off the field and you run into that team. It's another thing entirely where you're like, damn, it was so hard to get there. They had to win 4 games essentially on the road, where you don't have the home field advantage. To do that at College Station, we're talking about cream of the crop programs that Miami had to go through. It's so hard, and everybody was saying all right, we'll just get them next year. Dude, there's 150 teams in Division I college football. There's about 25 that can talk themselves into, we legitimately have a title chance here. It is hard. You're not going to have the overwhelming talent advantages that the teams of the past did. There is talent spread evenly throughout. You just have to get as many lottery tickets as you can. Hopefully we make the college football playoff and we can talk ourselves into we get in the tournament, we got a shot. But it is hard to get back here. I didn't want to take it for granted whatsoever because there's no guarantee.
It's not just that it's hard to get back there. It's hard to get into a position where you're playing the championship game and you're the team with more pros.
Yeah.
Where you obviously have first-round pass rushers that can wreck any other team's game plan because you've got 2 first-round edge rushers. That's the first time Miami has ever had 2 first-round edge rushers. They've had some decent pass rushers, but they usually come through the middle. They don't have the great guys on the edges. They had 2 of them this year. In the history of the program, you've got like Calais Campbell, you've got Rusty Medeiros, you've got Greg Mark. You don't have 2 first-round pass rushers on the edges.
The game was right there. Like Miami lost to what is going to be talked about when you see top 10 lists for the rest of time, like greatest college football champions. 16-0 Indiana will be on those lists. And Miami had an opportunity with a minute left in that game to beat them, having a miraculous season, and it came down to execution. We all thought Miami's best would beat Indiana's best. I think that one game sample kind of proved that. And Miami just didn't quite meet the moment. They didn't quite play the game that was good enough to win. I think the Bill Connolly win probability measurement was like 14% for Indiana. Like, they didn't.
Based on the stats from once you check out the stats after the game, the win probability of Indiana, given that they only had 2 touchdown drives, the win probability was 14% based on all of the metrics after you consume them when the game's been played.
Yeah, my offense versus your defense versus my offense. Miami outplayed Indiana in that regard. But it was execution and special teams, and that's what everybody said you got to watch out for Indiana on, and they proved it.
And also, Roy said the thing, baby.
I'll
never forgive him, baby.
Yeah. There's that as well. I wanted to ask you guys something from a couple of the different press conferences that there were yesterday when people start taking inventory and doing the autopsy on their NFL seasons. Put the Buffalo press conference off to the side for a second. John Lynch of the 49ers. It's still strange to me to see John Lynch running the 49ers. I don't think a lot of people listening to this know that John Lynch threw the first pitch in Florida Marlins history. He was the single-A pitcher who threw the very first pitch in organizational history, and now he runs the 49ers. Not only does he say that they're going to look into whether or not their players get injured more than any other team in the league because they practice next to a power plant. So now you've got a GM of the league, even though scientists have said, look, there's not a link between these things. Basically, what you've got is a GM in the league saying, I fear that my players are contaminated with radioactivity. That's not a normal thing that you get in a post-season press
Again, not
conference.
radioactivity, EMF frequencies, but that's different.
And not a power plant. I misspoke. It's an electrical substation. Whatever. No one knows what to call those things.
Funnier my way to have them contaminated by radioactivity.
Yeah.
But when you talk about radioactivity in their locker room, they did also have that with the Ayuk situation. And this is the part that I wanted to get to with you guys, because the quote from Shanahan was kind of shocking, given that you had Ayuk. He had $27 million in guarantees in a contract that they were kind of skittish about giving to him, but they gave him the contract. And then Ayuk stopped showing up when he was injured. And this is the quote from Shanahan. Quote, I'd say it officially stopped for me when the last time I tried to get a hold of him and couldn't, and then tried a couple more times and still couldn't. And then that matched everyone else that was trying to get a hold of him to come in. And eventually there's not much of an explanation because it's really hard for us and anyone else to understand. And that's why it's something I've never seen in 22 years of coaching. It's unfortunate and it's confusing because it's confusing for all of us, but it eventually becomes, it is what it is. A guy's under contract. The money's guaranteed. They never take away your guarantees. They're guaranteed. They're taking away his guarantees because he just stopped showing up. How do you stop showing up if it risks millions of dollars when you don't actually have to go in and do the work? You just have to get perfect attendance. Like, you don't even have to get perfect attendance. You just have to return the calls of the people in charge.
You just have to not violate the terms of your contract.
Just show up.
Yeah.
Just literally show up.
Yeah.
You could do whatever you want. You could play
Drive
whatever.
to the facility and just sit there. But Have you guys ever heard of such a thing? And incidentally, I can't help but do this. It's not fair. I know we do this doctor diagnosis when we're not doctors. But anytime I'm confronted in that sport with something that doesn't make sense to me, like I was talking about this a lot on the end of Antonio Brown's career when he plays for 3 teams in whatever it is, 6 months, and you're like, what's happening there? That's one of the best receivers you've ever seen. What's the craziness of this behavior where I don't see any precedent for it? And it can be addicted to social media, but anytime something this strange happens that I can't explain, I wonder, fairly or unfairly, hey, what's going on with this person's head? Like, what did football help do to this person's head?
Power plant, dude.
Substation.
Have we not heard at all from Brandon Ayuk's agent? Like, has the agent fired him? Normally, when something similar to this is going on, we will hear from the agent.
You guys remember the summer of Ayuk? Like, we talked about this guy nonstop for 2 months, and he's fallen off the face of the earth.
Is it something that's unfair for me to do, to wonder, whenever I see erratic football behavior from a player that I simply can't explain, that I have never seen, that Kyle Shanahan is telling you, I haven't seen this in 22 years of coaching where someone doesn't show up for his guarantees when all he's got to do is show up for work. He doesn't have to exercise. He doesn't have to rehab. He just has to show up at the facility.
What's he mad about?
I don't know, because he's not. His family members have spoken. Look, he was wounded that they didn't throw more to him at the end of last season. He was wounded that he's not their number one receiver as a priority, even though it doesn't matter who plays for that team. That team wins 11, 12 games, even if everybody is injured. I don't think it's a logic leap that's fair for me to make, but I can't help but keep making it when confronted with behavior I've never seen before. And I only do it in that sport. I don't do it in hockey, where there are plenty of collisions and concussions. I don't do it with any other sport. It's only that sport where I'm like, oh, do we not yet know, where it regards brain chemistry, how damaging some of this is? Because the Antonio Brown behavior started immediately after Vontaze Burfict hit him. Like, all of that behavior started when he was incapacitated on the field by a dirty hit by Vontaze Burfict, who was trying to make that hit, who was trying to purposely injure him, and not only did, evidently also derailed Antonio Brown's entire life.
But you have like a point. You have a genesis of where the thing started with Antonio Brown. You look at Brandon Ayuk, it's like he tore his, a bunch of ligaments in his knee, but like that has nothing really to do with his head, right? So it's like, is it the rehab and how grueling it is to come back? Maybe that kind of.
Well, that's why Dan's asking whether or not it's even fair to ask that question.
Can you ever text Pablo and tell him what to do? Can you? I need a deep dive on this one. I'm just talking about the power plant.
I looked into it. I spoke to Peter Cohen.
Oh, I would be totally here for Tony finds out.
You can go find it on my YouTube channel at 10 Day Tony.
I don't tell Pablo anything about what to do. No, I don't.
Look at this power plant. I mean,
it burns down the collagen in your bones is what the conversation is.
But hasn't that substation been there since the 80s? Like, haven't they won?
Yeah, but they haven't been there since the 80s.
Okay, but they've had multiple teams practicing next to it without this kind of injury.
Agreed.
Injuries. They've been hurt for like 8 years, Dano.
Agreed, but from the 80s to now, that substation has increased like a millionfold of output because, back in the day we weren't really using that stuff, and
now
about that
wattage
is being used.
It's my gimmick.
I remember having the argument with Stugotz when Bill Parcells was running the Dolphins and they went 11-5 with Pennington getting second in the MVP voting, and they had an injury-free practically year. And Stugotz is saying, yeah, Parcells can do that. I'm like, Kenny, you think Parcells can come in and make sure his guys don't get injured?
Nobody turns an ankle.
So Sirianni, the last few years before this recent spate, the Eagles were the healthiest team in the league. What are they doing? They're doing something to keep their players healthy. I remember Chip Kelly, when they hired him, he had protein shakes and, he was measuring their hearts with, Apple Watches, and he was ahead of the game. You guys believe that there's a way to either prevent injuries in football with your training staff being appreciably better than someone else's training staff?
How much would that guy get paid who can keep your team from getting hurt all year?
Have you considered God?
Well, they are in that godless city of San Francisco.
Finally, somebody said it, baby.
I did enjoy the idiocy of Tom Segura, coming on with us the other day and saying he was at a table with a bunch of football players who were talking about how they got injured. And then he started talking about in high school, he hurt his tailbone. And he's like looking at one of the Bosas who are like, it's such a flabbergasting lack of self-awareness to get into that conversation. It's like talking to war veterans when you got into a fight one time in your 6th grade cafeteria about like the perils of conflict.
The crucible of life. Guess who's not there with me? Boy.
I just can't believe that any human being, never mind Tom Segura, that any human being would sit at a table with 3 football players who are talking about injuries. Like, do you guys do any assessment? Valerie does this all the time, and I've become numb to it over the years, okay? The amount of stoppages in football for an injury are so commonplace that now my wife has me self-conscious because every time she walks past the television, someone's on the field hurt, and she doesn't understand why we're still doing any of this, right? She's watching it, and she's like, let me guess, someone's hurt again? Because they're carrying people off every couple of plays, and it's just the most normal thing in the world. None of us take any inventory, right? As they play an extra game, and the Rams and the Seahawks and the Patriots and the Broncos are all some form of broken by the end of this season. None of us are taking any actual inventory of how any of those bodies feel at this point in a season, correct?
I'm taking inventory that during the playoffs we have to sit and go to a commercial break as opposed to going over to Buffalo for another game that's in the red zone.
Yeah. I'm taking inventory of it when I have to sit down and watch Jared Stidham, no doubt.
Took inventory when Marvin Mims got the microphone.
That was crazy.
I was like, oh!
Yeah, up his butt, man. That was
It was
crazy.
very close to up his butt.
That was
very
wild,
close.
dude.
It's like hit him in his back and his tailbone. But
You
if
know,
he goes at a
rivalry.
different angle, we might be having a big issue.
You know, in radio, you can't say anything is going in and out of a butt. That's why I'm glad to be a digital audio pioneer because, I mean, sometimes it's absolutely necessary.
It
that
almost
microphone
happened, yeah.
almost went
You
up his
can't
butt.
say that?
Now we
Can't-
can
nothing
live.
can go in and out
Cannot
of a
put
butt.
anything in or out of one of your orifices.
Thanks, YouTube.
Dan Soder did that to Stephen Ross. He was stuffing 10 different championships up the owner of the Dolphins. But speaking of digital pioneer, one of the most popular games anywhere to be found in the digital space is Real or Fake Podcast. Let's play it.
Listen up. Time to think fast. Is this a real or fake podcast?
Been a minute.
Talk to him, baby.
You guys remember how to play this game? I say a podcast name, and you try to guess if I'm trying to trick you with a fake one or if it's an actual real podcast.
Do we have buzzers?
No, we just go around the main room over there. Here we go. Game Recognized Game with Miles Turner. Is this a real or fake podcast?
I'm going to say fake. I don't. Come on.
I'm saying fake.
That is a real
Yeah, that
podcast.
feels real.
I
It felt
believe he
real.
Co-host it with Brianna Stewart.
Oh, that makes
Game
sense.
recognized game, boys.
Game Recognized Game.
That
Next
sounds
up,
great, actually.
The Rush with Max Crosby.
I don't think Max Crosby has his own podcast. I've heard him be, available to all other podcasts, but that'd be a good name for him, The Rush with Max Crosby. I'm going to say no.
I'm going no.
That is indeed a real podcast. The Rush with Max Crosby.
Co-hosted by Cooper Rush.
Up on Game with TJ Hushmanzada.
What is it called?
Up on Game with TJ Hushmanzada.
It's a great name. I salute. It's a funny name, and I'm going to say it's fake just because you went for the funny name.
I don't think it's a funny name.
You don't think TJ, put it on the poll at LeBatard Show, is TJ Hushmanzada a funny name? Yes or no?
Oh, no. That's a...
But not up on... Oh, you're having a bad week, dude.
Write that down. Baby.
Up.
Is it real or is it fake?
Well, I'm trying to guess what Zazzle even meant.
I don't think it's real.
Did you make a guess?
No.
It's a real podcast, and it's co-hosted with LeVar Arrington. You guys are bad at this game. We Want the Funk with Dory Funk Jr.
Oh.
Is this a real or fake podcast?
You know
Rest
about-
in peace, Terry Funk.
You know about that Funk family?
I know the Funk Brothers. There's no way that's real. There's just not a way.
A lot of wrestling podcasts out there.
I'm going real.
No, come on.
Yeah, it's got a lot to say.
Is
Jonathan
this
Zaslow.
the fourth best Funk brother?
You believe We Want the Funk with 84-year-old Dory Funk Jr. is a real podcast.
Yeah.
You are incorrect. It is fake.
We're friends on Facebook.
Dory Funk Jr.?
Yeah.
I'm glad I got that story. Lastly, Cousins with Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady.
And Kirk Cousins. I'm going to say no. That's a fake podcast. I think they've got too much work elsewhere to do their own podcast.
This is real. It is a new podcast they're launching.
Says, look at you. Way to rally, pal. It is indeed a brand new podcast and the inspiration for this entire list that featured We Want the Funk with Dory Funk Jr.
84-year-old Dory Funk Jr.
Still doing it.
Starting, well, not podcasts. He's evidently still not doing podcasts. He's still, by still doing it, you mean living, right?
Wrestling.
No, he's
He
not.
is still living.
Yes, he is
He's
wrestling.
Not, he's
Yes, he
80.
is.
He's not. He's 84. He's not wrestling. What are you talking about? He's older than my father.
Mae Young and the Fabulous Moolah still wrestled into the 80s.
Yeah,
What are you talking about?
he does a school. He's still teaching. He's in the ring.
He may teach. Nobody
I think we have a
wants.
staffer here that was trained by Dory Funk.
Put it
Jr.
on the poll at LeBatard Show. Does anyone want to see an 84-year-old professional wrestler? There's no way. Like, he might be teaching. He's not wrestling. He's not actively wrestling.
I guarantee you he has wrestled a match within the last year.
Put it on the poll at LeBatard Show. Do you think 84-year-old Dory Funk Jr. has wrestled a match in the last year?
Great game, man. I missed this one.
Did David Sampson report earlier that it's like we come in next Tuesday and find out that Otani is dating Tyler Glass now, and everyone's just going to be like, "Yep, that's a normal thing." Like David, I should have asked some follow-up questions there when he said that the movie Heated Rivalry
TV show
is a normal thing.
I have a bold prediction. You remember when Drive to Survive became a huge hit? And everybody in every pitch meeting for like the next 5 years was like, it's like the Drive to Survive, but for LPGA golf. Watch out for gay love stories across all other sports. It's like Heated Rivalry, but for NASCAR.
There's already a.
It's a whole genre of books.
Yeah,
My
and
wife is very into it.
There's already a softball show that was greenlit by the same Canadian network, Crave, I believe. It's either Crave or Pop. I'm not sure.
Dan, it turns out that I am in fact wrong about Dory Funk Jr. because his last match was over a year ago. Matter of fact, it was August of 2024. So barely over a year ago. But I do have to tell you, his last match was a double hell current explosion death match.
Let's get all the sounds that record for posterity Zaslow's terrible 10 days around here that culminated with him telling you to take the Nets last night, who lost by 56 points.
Didn't you want to know how that? What were the kids doing?
I really failed in not playing that for Adnan and Sampson and asking them what movie he was talking about.
The Packers
there.
win or the Bears lose.
You live by a substation, buddy?
Oh, boy.
I don't think strange for me, but like.
Oh, boy.
Again, and the whole thing culminated with him yesterday in a first-time appearance for a sponsor that we really value and a betting segment that we value. Zaslow told you to take the Nets plus 11.5, and again, they lost by 56 and scored a league low this season, 66 points in an NBA basketball game.
Don't be afraid to buy up to plus 55. That's on you. You always want to, you always want to play it safe.
Oh, boy.
He was off the fourth rail this week.
I mean, you can tell how that was an honest mistake, right?
I got a burger out of it.
We got fourth wall, third rail. You mix them together. What do you got? Fourth rail. Keep it moving, baby.
He's right about that.
Dan, from you coming, that's rich, by the way.
What?
Absolutely rich coming from you.
Oh, from
you coming.
That it's like the heated
baby.
rivalry, but of PGA golf.
From the maker of the fourth rail, the you coming.
What were you trying to say? about
Which
Signetti.
one? Okay. What I was trying to say was that I like the fact that he said Google me, and then he went out and did it. What I was trying to talk about the fourth rail, okay, between the fourth wall and the third rail, is that he looks at the camera, which you didn't know, by the way, non-ball watcher.
Going to do a couple of different things this hour. Before we bring in Ron McGill, I want to tell you that Goodfollow, that is Meadowlark's premier podcast covering women's sports, it's going to evolve a little bit. Things change, people grow, and sometimes very talented people go and get new shiny things. Roz Gold on Woo Day, stepping away from the show to pursue other endeavors. We love Roz. She'll be around. But Juju Gotti and Trista are taking the wheel of Goodfollow. They are two voices who get it, two voices who care. They've got great chemistry. They're going to argue with each other. They make you uncomfortable in the right ways, and they tell the truth about women's sports and its players in the way it deserves to be told. They're the new hosts of Goodfollow every Thursday on YouTube and wherever you get your podcast. This week, Juju is sitting down with WNBA champion, the MVP, Nafisa Collier. That's going to be coming up later this hour. And also, we're going to have, if you missed our live stream, it was a great success. We really enjoyed it. We're going to have some clips so that you could relive some of our favorite things from Monday night. But Ron McGill is with us now, and I want to tell you that he's bringing Sex and the Animals out of retirement on Valentine's Day, 7 p.m. at Zoo Miami. It's an annual event, Sex and the Animals, or it used to be, and he's bringing it back. Valentine's Day, $100 for singles, $175 for couples. That's open bar and food from Wild Fork. There are VIP options as well. His presentation is always a smash, and it starts at 8 p.m. Go to ZooMiami.com if you want more information. Ron, thank you for being on with us. We always miss you. I want to start here with a video of a gorilla breaking its glass encasement here. What are your thoughts on this video? How common is this, and what's happening here exactly?
Let's see. I see the glass. I still don't see the gorilla. Oh, you're talking about the crack in the glass?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not terribly uncommon. Understand that that's not one piece of glass. That's layers of glass, and that's designed to crack in various ways. It's not going to break. That's not something that was ever a present danger of the gorilla actually escaping. That glass is made to do that under extreme forces, and that's exactly what happened there. So it's rare that even the crack occurs, but the crack should not make people think, oh my God, it's going to get out, because it's not even close to that.
But what is happening there? Why is the gorilla doing that?
Well, I think what happened was the gorilla was basically kind of challenging the person. You know, it could be just announcing territory. These gorillas react different ways to different people. It could be a jealousy thing. It could be that the gorilla liked a young lady that was on the other side of the glass, and the guy might have put his arm around her and he got jealous. That happens quite a bit. What the heck is that?
That is Will Ferrell cowbell skit from SNL there. I'm surprised you didn't recognize it. Also, his trusty companion, Christopher Caminando, is here.
Got a cock of the walk, baby.
I got it. Okay. Well, I take a little more of Tony. I don't know about the other one, though.
Tell us what's happening in this video here, Ron. Okay. I have not seen quite this many dolphin doing this before. Are they being chased by something? Are they just fooling around and playing because they're playful creatures? I know that they're big schools, but I have not seen quite this many together. What is happening here?
Yeah, that's just a large pod moving along. I've seen actually larger than that, with literally thousands of them, depending on the species of dolphin or porpoise. And that is just, it's not an uncommon thing. It's just, you know, great when somebody happens to be there to see it. But this is something that goes on around the oceans all the time. And like I've seen pods of more than 1,000 doing that. Oh my God, this Will Ferrell guy, he needs some help.
Yeah, I agree. So
cowbell, baby.
Let's look at this video here. There's a lion, I think, that's refusing to play with its brothers. Is this real?
That could be real. That could definitely be real.
Could?
Yeah. No, that could be real.
It's going to be.
I'm a little hesitant by looking at the fence that's supposed to be containing these lions. It's a bit of a weak-looking fence there. I don't know about that. But that could be real. These animals will do that. But I would expect almost a fight to enter it. Lions of that size, of that age, big males don't usually play like these guys are playing. They're beyond the playing stage. So I'm surprised there isn't a fight.
Let's stay.
We're so cooked.
Let's stay.
I don't know what.
No. This is a reputable IG page. I follow them.
Okay.
Yeah, it could. Like I said, that could be real. It could be real.
Thanks for the approval, Fourth Rail.
You know what? I need less cowbell, baby. Get this guy out of here.
Get less cowbell. Okay, you know what? You're right. I do think we need to get rid of him. That's about enough cowbell. That skit is how many years old? 20 years old?
Minor penalty, 2 minutes. Delay a show.
I got a fever.
See you, baby. That's my word.
Ron,
The
what
only prescription
are
is
you
more
doing this weekend with the book fair?
Yeah, me and Cody, we're going to be talking about Pride of the Lion at the big the big Miami-Dade Public Library, the main library branch. We're going to be talking about Pride of the Lion, showing the whole images that led up to that story, telling the story from the heart. It's going to be a lot of fun. And it's free, man. You guys should go. Not to see me, just to see Cody. Come on. Cody's going to be there. He's going to be there probably with a drink, having a good time.
That is always probable. Greg Cody with a drink. Not enough time with you, Ron, but we do have to get to this other stuff, so we will talk to you again next week. But Zoo Miami is where you go if you want to be a part of his Valentine's Day extravaganza. It always sells out. I would urge you to do that as quickly as possible.
More than Wild Fork, we're going to also have Golden Rule and now Apocalypse Barbecue.
Let's go, Ron. Those are major staples of the community, baby. Let's go.
Absolutely, baby. And that's all included in your private open bar. All you can eat with those guys. Come on. On Valentine's Day, you're never going to find a better deal, not to mention the show where you're going to see huge penises. Oh, okay. That drew the silence. I got it. All right. I crossed the line. Got it. Now, there you go. That's the look. Got it. Okay. Well, you shouldn't be that.
Baby.
I love it. Don't we all have to? You have to admire this.
This is
it's a little kooky, but still.
This is good shit.
National title on the line.
I'll let you know in a few
Foot
seconds.
on the gas.
This is good shit. Oh, they circled Bane. Oh, his
Love it.
QB
No,
draw.
yeah, got it. Get in there, Fernando.
Oh, my God.
Get in there, Fernando.
That's one of the greatest
That's a Heisman
championship
winner.
game plays I've ever
that was
seen.
Insane.
Yep.
That might
What
be.
a
That
call
is his
and what a
play.
run.
That is his play of the season. If that ends up being the difference in the title, that's bigger than the Penn State throw.
First time.
What a nails run!
First time he used his legs all game. Does he have a rush in this game? Does he have a rush in this game?
Yeah, I think he had like 2 before this.
What a play by Fernando. Nails! Taking the shot at the 4 and taking it into the end zone.
2 4th and 5 conversions. That's
Good
badass.
for Coach Sig, man.
That's badass. That's badass.
It really is.
Happy MLK Day.
Thank you. Same to you, buddy. I mean, it's your holiday. I should congratulate you, white man.
Next question for the chat.
What? Nah. I was trying to start a thing, Dan, and nobody got on board with me. Like, everyone puts up their 4s in the fourth quarter. All the quarters matter. You got to throw your 2s up. You got to throw your 3s up. And the game starts, throw your 1s up, baby. Second quarter matters too, don't it?
I put my 2 up.
It's a good point. I didn't know what it is that you were doing. I thought you were giving me the peace sign after threatening to fight me in the street.
I will fight you in the street. I think it might have been a chance when you would have gave me a hard time. I think it's an easy win these days.
Well, but I just don't think it's right to wish you a happy Martin Luther King Day and then you say you're going to react to that with violence. Like, I mean, that seems the opposite of what his message was.
No. His message was he would not resort to violence. I, however, am capable of doing such a thing because just as patronizing and condescending. And Martin Luther King Day is an appreciation that white people started acting right. It's not an appreciation of me. I mean, black people are always acting right. It was y'all that was being ridiculous. So congratulations, white people, for acting right. Well, never mind. Throw your 2s up. Throw your 2s up. Second quarter, baby. Throw your 2s up. Thank you, Roy. I appreciate it. I see you, Dan. You try to sneak in that 2 on the side. I'm like, yeah, you try to sneak that 2 in. You want to make sure that we know that you down. All right, throw your 2s up, Dan.
I'm just holding up my headset, which is hard to keep near my ear with this Cuban hat that Tony bought me.
Sure. Mm-hmm. I know.
Somebody in the YouTube chat say, Dan, get up and get these folks this twirl, man. Come on, man.
You look like an accountant at a resort.
Don't I look like somebody from White Lotus?
You do.
Absolutely.
Like,
You work at the Blue Notice.
The Blue Lotus. Oh. Like, hey, the cabana fees aren't adding up, everyone. Someone, a cabana fees. Someone's stealing cabana time.
I have to go to the bathroom.
Oh, don't take the glasses off.
Oh.
Get the full shot of my boy, man.
Yeah, full screen.
Yeah, do it all.
Yeah, give
Scott
it
Hansen would just go, Dan. He would
there
just go.
Look at him.
Carrying that glass out of there.
Yeah.
Shoes in the shot.
You are my mother's favorite actor. It makes me uncomfortable how she talks about you and
My wife's too.
how she looks at you. My father is here. He is filled with rage, jealousy, and a very difficult journalism question for you. Poppy, what do you have for Andy Garcia?
Andy, nice talking to you, buddy, even though you are my enemy now. Andy, tell me about your first kiss.
My first kiss? Wow.
Yeah, your first kiss.
Oh, I think that was in grade school. You know, it was in grade school. I think we were playing spin the bottle.
Spin the bottle, huh?
All right, Poppy. Thank you, Andy. It's good seeing you. Thank you for making the time for us. We appreciate it.
I appreciate your the highly intellectual questions that come from
See you later.
I caught you off guard.
See you later, Andy. Thank you, sir. We appreciate it.
All right, all the best, fellas.
Yes. The part that I didn't tell Andy is that I had to rush him off the phone because Mike Ryan has made himself available from the stadium. Mike, how are you feeling right now about how everything's going? I've been surprised that Miami can't get any part of its running game going. I think we just lost Mike. Did we
He's
lose
back.
Mike? All
He's
right.
back, Jack. Ask him again.
What are your thoughts, Mike, on the first half?
They're kicking our ass. Like, it's bad. I don't feel great about it. Yeah, they're dominating us right now. They're all over our offense's ass. So I feel like I'm in hell. They're as good as advertised.
Need a stop this first after the kickoff here. You're in a lot of trouble if the Hoosiers drive to start the third quarter.
Yeah. Like, if we get a stop, I'll get into it. But they're on our ass right now. It's pretty bad. No real reason for hope, and thankfully the universe ended thousands of years ago, and we're just living in its echo. I don't know.
Does Jamel have a rooting interest in what it is that we're presently watching? She, like me, grew up with these Canes being bad boys in Miami and sort of running Florida football. What is your rooting interest? And hello, Jamel. It's nice to see you.
Nice to see you too, Dan. I'm struggling because how can I turn this into a racial element? I'm like really I'm trying to figure out like how can I make this about race, because that's what I do. There's a part of me that feels like I'm sort of weirdly rooting for white supremacy by rooting for Indiana because of the bastion of the KKK that has been there. But at the same time, it's like I love the fact that there is this
what is happening on the show right now?
Grand Wizard used to live
David Duke, y'all. What in the warm toe sink the Bismarck is happening on this program?
The Grand Wizard used to live 20 miles up the road from Bloomington, Indiana when I was there in
Sink
Martinsville.
the Bismarck. What is going on?
Listen, I'm only here to bring racial chaos. I'm not here to bring chaos. Like, are you kidding me? I'm going to find the element of race in it that can become a poster card that will make this show go viral in a way it doesn't mean to be.
I appreciate you bringing us back to the eating of the warm toe. I didn't understand that reference.
I'm guessing it's some sort of racial thing.
Well, what is that reference? Can you translate that? I would rather eat. I wasn't sure whether you said a hot toe or a hot toad.
No, I said toe, as in like a foot. Like, rather than root for Michigan, I would rather have a warm toe taco than like root for Michigan. Like, that's how much
Did you enjoy the recent Michigan coaching scandal because of how you hate Michigan?
Did I? Are you kidding me? I loved it. This was amazing. What? It's like shenanigans at the university that always likes to lord its moral superiority over everybody else. I absolutely loved it, especially considering, I don't know if you know this, Dan, but I'm sure you do. We had been in our own little conundrum when it came to coaches engaging in a bit of misconduct, not to make light of it, but like
Mel Tucker.
they had all those Mel Tucker jokes.
Yeah.
So it felt really good to remind that other university that you're not above it.
Still haven't explained the warm toe thing.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, that just popped in my head. That was like literally off the cuff.
Oh, you made that up? So you made that up. So you
I'm going to use that phrase every day for the rest of my life.
I thought there was a profound historic meaning in
it was an old African proverb.
I thought this was about. I really.
It wasn't Swahili. I promise you.
I thought we were going to get a civil rights lesson here tonight.
Zaslow, what are your thoughts so far?
Oh my God, I'm so I might throw up this fourth quarter. I might puke. I'm so nervous. It is so on, Dan.
Do it.
I thought it was looking terrible, and then Mark Fletcher was your boy, and now Malachi Tony is your boy. Let's punch this in. Come on.
Throw up.
No, I don't want to throw. Throwing up's one of the worst things you could do. I'd be so embarrassed if everybody saw me throw up.
Are you in the press box? Would you be throwing up in the press box? Where are you?
No, I'm watching the game from like the platform where Game Day, does their show. But they got up because their halftime's over. So I watch from the platform. I'm a man of the people. I don't watch with those stuffy a-holes in the press box. No, I watch on the platform where I'm amongst my people. I got to be able to feel the game, Dan. I want to feel it.
What has surprised you so far in this game, Zaz?
That there was cheating. I mean, 3 times I counted pass interference, and the referees don't call it, and then they're calling bullshit against the Canes. So I was a little bit surprised that in plain sight that there's cheating.
Why would they do that?
This is a huge play here. The Hurricanes have failed twice on 3rd and short situations.
Oh, I know what happened. I won't spoil it for you.
Oh, you're ahead of us. Okay, yeah, nice.
Well, I am at the game.
11.
I am here.
10 on the play clock.
Oh,
let's go!
That was easy, man. That was easy. That was an easy one right there.
Oh, sorry.
Wait,
I just walked out. He's back.
We're back, baby.
I'm sorry.
Here comes Poppy.
Here comes Poppy to play the drum.
There you go.
He did it again.
Zaslow, what surprised you in this game?
I already told you that the cheating was so blatant.
So, Zaz, what are you surprised by in the game so far?
If I really had to think about it, I'm surprised at cheating. They're just so blatant about it.
Are they being subtle about it?
No. I wish they would. At least try and hide it a little bit.
Like a hot toe.
Oh! Big run!
We are back!
How many timeouts, Dan? 3 timeouts.
3 timeouts.
Hey, Gabe,
oh, here
3
comes
timeouts,
Gonzo.
baby.
Here comes Gonzo.
Bongos, Poppy!
All the timeouts.
Hey, the bongos.
Let's go, Poppy!
2 minutes and 41 seconds down that field, man.
That's a hell of a drive.
I said they couldn't do that quickly.
We are back.
They had
91 yards.
Outside of the Fletcher play, they had their longest plays all on that drive.
Worrisome.
God looks nervous over there.
Tony, how we living?
You know what's playing Trick Daddy in the background? Canes are not out, baby.
It's unlicensed.
With a little pure gasoline.
Stop saying what songs are playing.
Down.
Interceptions.
Like that kid with a false start.
Bills fan.
Interceptions.
He'll never let it go. Ever.
Did Roy just whisper an interceptions coming up?
That
Yeah, that's how it usually works, man.
He screamed
Why
it.
did you do that?
Because
Well,
that's
Dan
how it
already
usually
did
works,
the
Dan.
reverse
Because
jinx on the other
it
side.
sounds so right. I hate it.
No timeouts, length of the field. It is a lot of time, but that last drive that Miami had was It went against everything else that was happening in the game. All of a sudden, you had receivers running open down the field.
At least we have a lot of timeouts.
Hey, I can't have that.
What's up, guys?
Open?
Go ahead, Tony. What do you got?
Why would Roy say that? Why on earth would Roy say that?
I don't know. It's evil.
No, he's doing the reverse James.
It's borderline evil.
No, that's no. Okay, listen. You guys are a little bit ahead of us. I'm taking out my headphones. You guys can put me in picture to see what happens on a delay. I'm sick right now. I don't even want to talk. I'm done. This is a big drive. Is it? Okay.
Put it on the poll. Put it on the poll, Juju. Is it good analysis that Tony just said this is a big drive? I don't think any of us will ever forget Roy saying that there was going to be an interception by Carson Beck on this drive. You haven't said that much during this live stream. What an odd thing for you to choose to say.
I forgot already. Thank you for reminding me.
Miami will not forget, Roy.
Mike will never forgive you if it's
it's called reverse psychology, man. Jeez.
All right, come on, Carson. Come on, Carson. 15 seconds on the play clock. 14, 13.
Oh no!
Oh my God!
See?
Woo! The Indiana Hoosiers are the national champions of college football. I've been a Hoosiers fan for many decades now, and I'm thrilled for my pals who are in the stadium and spread all over Football America rejoicing. Decades and decades. Who could have ever imagined something like this happening? Coach Signetti, for somebody from Pittsburgh, this makes it an extra thrill for me. Coach Sig, the prodigal son, well, I wish he were. Wish he could go back and coach the Pittsburgh Steelers as his next act, but I will take this. I don't know what next year looks like. People who study the NIL portal say that the Hoosiers may well be even better next year than they were this year. That's hard to imagine because I think you can make a case at least that this is the greatest college football team for one season that we've ever seen. And to the cynics, I will say this. They beat Oregon by double digits twice. Oregon lost to no other football teams this football season. They destroyed iconic Alabama in the iconic Rose Bowl. They beat Ohio State, the number one team in the land up to that point, also unblemished until they faced the Indiana Hoosiers in the Big Ten championship. And for the cherry on top, they beat Miami in Miami to claim a national championship, not in basketball, in football. I'm over the moon. I don't have any ability to... Okay, well, I feel that Keith Smart's shot in 1987 against Syracuse was great, but I wasn't an Indiana University student at that point, so it didn't mean anything to me. This is the greatest moment in Indiana Hoosiers sports history. Now, can I extend that in my own life to one of the greatest things I've ever seen in sports?
Welcome to the Good Follow Show. I am your host, Juju Gotti, and today I'm joined by her. H period, E period, R period, Big Fee, MVP, Phenomenal, Miss Nafisa Kaya. How you doing, my sister?
Hello, I'm good. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing pretty regular. Like, man, I'm just trying to keep the lows from lowing and the highs kind of in my sights, you know? Y'all broke the internet this week. I know y'all don't like to break it this way, but y'all broke the internet this week. So I want to put me in the mind of Nafisa Collier when she sees her owl teammate going against her pro teammate during an actual game.
Oof. I'm just like, I hope nobody gets hurt because they're both my teammates. Like, I love both of them. And so it's like seeing, you know, your siblings or something fight. Like, you can't really take sides. I just hope nobody gets hurt.
Right, for sure. We definitely know that. Marina, Maria fly a little, she go a little hot at times, you know what I mean? She got a reputation of one of the big dogs in the league. And Courtney, man, like,
you won't back
down. Right. To me, Courtney mean everything. So I'm from Southeast Georgia, and Courtney's also from Southeast Georgia. And so she could do no wrong. I don't care what she does, I'm behind her 100%. How has it been with the phenomenon of the stud buds, you know what I mean? And all of the attention that comes with that during the season.
It's amazing. I mean, you know Courtney too. It's like they are not putting on for cameras. This is just who they are. There just happens to be a camera there. And so to have that type of energy around you every single day is so fun. There cannot be two more perfect people to be on TV and to be TV personalities. So I'm so happy for them and for their success. And the fact that it's coming just based purely on their personalities and how awesome they are, I think it's just like, it's amazing. I support them so much.
When you came to Atlanta, you rocked the stud bud chain, and I was like, damn it, here they go. You know what I mean? Number one team and the number one swag. Like, you can't help but deal with it. But let's get to your current teammates right now. Hootie who, you feel me, if you're out there. My sister right now, I call her Air Beck. You dig? How does it feel playing with my sister from down under?
It's super cool. I mean, obviously, I'm so disappointed I didn't get to actually play with my team this year because there's people that I was really looking forward to playing with, and Beck was one of them. I just think she, one, is such a great defender. We always put her on the toughest matchup on the other side. And two, just like her ability to both hit shots and then get downhill. She's so long. And so she's like just super versatile for us. So it's fun to watch.
Moving on next to the big dog. You know what I mean? One-on-one last year was between you and my sister, Aaliyah Edwards, man. How is she as a teammate?
She's awesome. She's the one I'm most disappointed I didn't get to play with just because, I just see so much potential in her. And as, one post player to the other, it's really fun to be in this stage of my career where I'm a little bit more seasoned, and I can start mentoring people. And so I was really looking forward to be able to do that. But she is such a sponge, so open and willing to learn, which is always really fun to be around. She's obviously so talented. She's put us on her back multiple times already during the season. But I just think she has so there's even more that can come from her. So it's fun.
The scariest person as a fan to even run up against, to even ever play with, to comment something from the sidelines that she can hear. I don't want her to hear me.
Yeah.
It's Skylar Diggins, as scary as she seems. Queen Skylar Diggins. You dig?
Yeah. Honestly, yes. And that's what I love so much about Skylar is she means business. And I love that. I like to be her teammate with it for sure instead of being on the other side. But she just has so many one-liners too. She always just hits with all her sayings and what's whatever point she's trying to make. And she backs it up. She'll say these things and I know 100% she means it. So it's really fun to be able to be on Skylar's team and learn from her and to play with her last year.
Moving on to Timmy, big Timmy, not the little one. Fact Benley, how is sis, man?
She's awesome. I actually got to play with her my rookie year in the W. She was on Minnesota, so I kind of knew her a little bit from there. But super grateful that Timmy was able to come on our team and help us. She's also a pretty versatile big where she's really long, really agile, moves very quickly. And so she's definitely what we needed to help complete our team.
And the Rach, wet from everywhere on the court. The Rach banner, man. How is it with the fun Rach? Rach, people don't know how fun Rach is, bro.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Rach on social media, she's so crazy, bro. How is it playing with Rach?
I mean, the best. Rachel is one of my best friends, and just her personality. To know Rachel is to love her. There's not a person I know that doesn't like Rachel. So it's so fun that we get to be on the same team and play with each other again. And I obviously just love watching her play, too. She's such a knockdown shooter. So it's really fun to watch that.
And last but not least, you already know, man. Marina, big Marina, man. Marina Mabry. How does it feel being her teammate versus her adversary?
I definitely, same as Skylar, like being on this side, being her teammate. But it's awesome. I mean, to be able to see, you don't see the behind the scenes part of people very often. You only see them on the court. So to get to know people's personalities, I really, really really like Marina. I think she's another like someone who's sneaky funny. She's coming out more with her TikToks. She's personality more, but I've really gotten enjoy getting to know her. And then obviously she's a huge part of our team too. My favorite dynamic on the team is her and Aaliyah in the pick and roll. I think their connection is so fun to watch, and they've gotten really good at that really fast. So yeah, as a whole, I like my team.
Do you agree with the internet now? The internet is calling y'all Team Crash Out.
Yeah, 100%.
You agree?
We're all Team Crash Out. We
need to get some t-shirts. We need to get some t-shirts with that on it, with the Owls logo, Team Crash Out, coming to a theater near you.
Yeah.
But yeah, right now online, I don't know if you've seen it recently, but it's a trend of 2016 coming back into play. People bragging on what they was doing in 2016. And our team of staffers found out what you was doing in 2016. Video team, run this video.
Oh, wow.
Put me in the mind of Nafisa Collier.
No, cut it off before I get in there. Oh, no.
Running Man Challenge, man. How was it back then?
Well, I can't dance, so that's why I scoot in frame and then I scoot out of frame. So my time on there is short.
Speaking of them, man, Gino got them girls rolling yet again. Like, bro, when did this brother ever stop? When is he going to be regular? Like, it's Sarah Strong, AZ, the squad, they already the champs, you dig? So how proud does it make you as a part of that illustrious alumni, you dig? How proud does it make you to see them still thriving?
So proud. There's just such a rich history, and I think we are all bonded in such a unique way because Coach and CD have been there for 40 years. Like, one program has had 40 years of players come through, and so that bonds us because we all have similar experiences because we've all had the same coach. So it really is such a sisterhood, and so I feel that connection to any team that is there. And it's also especially fun to watch when they're rolling like you're saying right now. They are the best in the country. They won last year. They're doing great this year again. They have some really star power players. So I always love when my Huskies are doing well.
Yes, sir. And look, I already know how it be. Like, you went from being a high school phenomenon to on the UConn Huskies, where you kind of got to earn your keep. You know what I mean? You got to cement your place in Gino's army. So how does that transition feel like? How was it going from, man, my poop don't stink versus, oh no, I'm back as a private in the army of Gino?
Yeah, it's hard. Freshman year is really hard, and they make it that way on purpose. Coach has said in interviews, he breaks the freshmen down to build them in the way that he wants them to be, like the UConn image. And that breakdown process is just brutal. It's really hard. But if you can get through it, and the people who survived there for 4 years there's a reason there's so many UConn players in the league. The way that he teaches basketball IQ, the system, you can work. UConn players can work with any type of players, any type of personalities. I think we do that really well. We work in any type of system because he taught us that way. And so it is a really hard, brutal training process, like you said. But man, if you get through, you're set up for life.
It's now time for the DraftKings Pick of the Week, presented by DraftKings. This week, I've got my eyes again on the vinyl. And my players to watch, man, are damn near all of them. Take your eyes out your head, place them on the TV screen. Just stick them there. They're sticky. I don't know if you know this. Your eyes are sticky. Take your eyes out, place them on the TV, watch everybody. Because everybody in this game, it's going to be crazy. We got the vinyl versus the phantom, man. Everybody on these squads, I love from the bottom of my damn heart. You feel me? It's going to be hard for me to pick a winner in this specific game. But I'm picking the vinyl. Come on, man. You got to know, man. I'm locked in on Tiffany Hayes, though. She's my favorite player in the history of the world. And I'm definitely locked in on Ryan Howard. I don't know how much we're going to keep of this right here. We might cut a lot of this out. But I'm just going to ramble and tell you how much I love the Phantom. Tiffany Hayes and Tasha Cloud, I run through a wall for them right now. No questions asked. It's just not negotiable. It's happening. I'm running through that brick wall. The vinyl, Courtney Williams, Ryan Howard. I'm expecting big sparks, big flames, big crashes, car crashes all game. But ultimately, I'm picking the vinyls. The vinyl, it's not plural, to get the dub. And this segment is presented by DraftKings. Still, I'm rambling 3 days later, and this ramble is presented by DraftKings. Lock it in. The crown is yours. And that's it for this week's episode of Good Follow. Bruh, come on now. We have Fee on now. Come on now. Tell a friend to subscribe to Good Follow right now. Please. You can catch new episodes of Good Follow every Thursday. I'm talking about every Thursday on YouTube. And wherever you get your podcasts. Good Follow is brought to you by DraftKings. We will see you 100% next week.
That's right. It's Thursday Thunder.
That's
It's
right.
presented by DraftKings. DraftKings. The crown is yours. Juju, what do we got?
Yes, sir, man. I'm going straight to the championship Sunday, man. I don't know about you, but I got a little bit more faith in Jarrett Stidham than the rest of the world has. But I'm not betting on it. In the words of Tim Kirchin, ye madre. I'm going with Ramadre Stevenson from the Patriots, 2.5 receptions. Drake may have been dumping that thing down lately, and he is the dump down king, if you feel me.
Hey, yo.
Next leg, I'm going with Evan Ingram for 2.5 catches in Sunday's championship game. You know that those backup quarterbacks, they come in the game, and you know who they fall in love with? The TE1. And TE1 is Evan Ingram. You dig it? And the last leg, come on, man. True to my partner, True Religion, Booty, man. I'm going with Kayshawn Booty, man, for 2.5 catches, man. All 2.5s. Lock these 2.5s in right damn now. Crown is yours.
All right, there we go. Juju, good to see you. You know what I got for you? I got an MVP of the day. Let's do it.
Oh, yes.
MVP of the day.
Oh, yes. A busy night last night in the association. And if we're going to talk about MVP, well, the Oklahoma City Thunder last night, they won at the Bucks, 122-102, best record in the league, 37-8. But we better have a conversation about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 40 points, 11 assists. He was 16 of 19 from the floor. You know, he becomes just the third player in the history of the NBA to have a 40, 10, 80% from the floor game. Third player in NBA history, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. All I'm saying is, if we're going to talk about MVP, we better have a conversation about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
I love that.
You know about that booty?
Moly.
MVP of the day.
Juju, I see you got your Keon Coleman jersey there. How you feel about the team owner selling out your boy there?
Bruh, we at all-time goofball levels in Buffalo right now. last week, just think, we had a chance at a Super Bowl. Josh holding it up, had no real deal opponents left in the AFC. And now here we are, bruh. Like, Brandon Beane, Pagula, jokers of the day, jokers of the year. Brandon Beane and Pagula tried to make it seem like Sean McDermott was the person who pushed for Keon and all of that stuff. Whenever, bro, we got video footage of you saying Keon is my top pick. This is you, Brandon Beane. So, man, it's all time goofy over here, man. I'm embarrassed.
Granted, the owner is the one who said that it was the coach who wanted Keon Coleman, but Brandon Beane is sitting right next to him. He must, what was he thinking to himself? He must have been saying, oh, man, that's kind of not how it went down, right?
We all got that homeboy who we be around them, and they start telling a lie, and they put you in it. You just be like, yeah, yep, that was my fault that night.
Yeah.
He didn't come home because of me. Yep, and that's the look he had on his face.
Weird. Do we have a stat of the day today?
Ooh, yeah.
Start of the day, start of the day. This is start of the day. Start of the day, start of the day. This is start of the day. Start of the day, start of the day. This is start of the day. Start of the day, start of the day. This is start of the day.
Yes, sir, man. The Rams' Tutu Atwell was paid $10 million this year. This whole season, my brother had 6 catches for 192 yards, meaning he got $1.7 million per catch. Back to you guys.
I feel like that's one of the more fun names to say. Tutu Atwell.
Zaz, do you think if Juju, how many? 6 catches for 120 yards, you said?
You're right, 192.
192, okay. 1.7 mil per catch. Zaz, we put you in pads right now. We tell you 1.7 mil per catch in the NFL. You get into 6?
No, I would never get open. I mean, maybe they'd leave me
screenplay.
open because
Back shoulder, babe.
I would never get open.
How about a jet sweep? That counts as a pass, baby.
Yeah. Oh, but you know what? Yeah. I guess where the quarterback he just flips the ball to you,
Flips it right to you.
Very selfish play by
You're
the
dropping
QB 'cause
that
he
for
wants
sure.
the stats. You know.
So what do you do for the second catch?
Yeah, that'd be my first catch.
You
You're right.
retire after the 1.7 mil?
After you're impaled, bleeding from every limb.
No, but
After
once
the
I
defensive end decapitates you.
No, but I would catch that pitch and then I would quickly go to the ground. Like,
Take a
whatever.
dive. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Marvin Harrison used to do that. So that's
I thought the exact same name, but I thought better to say it.
No, but that's just a similarity that me and Marvin
Be
have.
careful.
You know.
Be careful.
Just
Be careful.
Careful,
all right.
man.
All right.
Care about you.
Said too much.
So you got 1 catch in you.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm getting that second catch.
You have two
Well,
things
tunnel
in common.
screen?
You have 2 things in common. The keep my name out of your mouth thing. That's working for both of you.
Also, did you guys see that the WNBA yesterday put out their schedule release? In the middle of CBA negotiations, bro. WNBA, bro. What is you doing, man? You need to talk to somebody. This is not the time for none of that. You got all the players reacting under the picture like, what is happening? Asia Wilson done took to the screen. It's a lot of goofy stuff going on in the air. On what was yesterday's date? January 21st?
Yeah.
Goofy day in history right now.
Wow, I thought that actually. I was going about my day. I was just, I think this is Goofy Day. I didn't know for sure, but
Yeah. It's like, what about Iceland?
And I've got some bad news for you as well in the J Farm. My name is Julian, and my little brother's name is Jordan. So,
but it's only 2.
A lot of J's.
Is it only 2 of you?
Yeah, it's only 2 of us.
All right.
Lucky
I mean,
Jays.
obviously, I can keep track of 2 of you.
He meant land of ice. It was clear as day. Everybody knew what he was talking about.
Land of green.
These people are going to start a war rather than admit they made a mistake.
Sometimes you need a dictator.
Just say he misspoke. We're good.
Right.
It's fine. We don't need to start World War III over this.
It happened to Chris Carter. Should have just said it.
That's
Should have
right.
included Megatron.
He Chris Cartered it.
Come on.
Juju, let's do some polls here. Come on, what do we got?
Yes, sir. Did Michael Jordan retire for 2 years, or did he secretly get suspended for gambling? 87% of the audience said he got suspended for gambling.
Yeah, everyone knows.
Would you have had any idea that Christopher Walken danced well before the Fat Boy Slim video? 79% of the audience says no. Dang, 9 ball knowers. Like you said, King of New York, he was hitting us with the flafloom when he got out of jail.
Yep. Say it again, baby.
You feel me?
The flafloom.
Also, for Flume, right quick, Zaz, how you feel about DeMar DeRozan's foul on Pele last night? Pele. I ain't like that, bro.
I didn't like it either. It was clearly a dirty play because they had a little mix-up early in the game, and then he clearly clotheslined Pella. But it's funny because we've done this before where Eric Reed and John Crotty will praise like what a great dude DeMar DeRozan is, and then he like almost fights Goran Dragic. And then he clotheslines Pella Larson.
Man.
You know, like, I don't know.
But Pella is, to me, already emerging
he's
as
a
one
pest.
of the great
Total pest.
Heat role player pests
Yeah.
ever. Like, he got Devin Booker was shoving him a week before DeMar DeRozan is shoving him, and neither of those guys are known as hotheads at all. And it was great because what happened was there was like a hard foul that DeMar committed on Pella earlier in the game. And when he did, he like threw a chicken wing, and then Pella's just grinning up at him. And then later in the game, with 4 minutes to go, DeMar goes to the ground, falls out of bounds in what's like a 10-point game, and Pella just walks up behind him to go grab the ball from him.
I like it.
And DeRozan's like shaking his head all pissed off. And before Pella's even walking away, he knew he's cracking up to himself,
You need guys
walking
like that.
away, like just bugging him. He changes the energy of this team so much.
Yeah.
I love
The
watching that
winning
guy
player.
play. It's
I like
awesome.
It. I like it. Thanks for asking, Juju.
Is TJ Hushmanzada a funny name to say? 93% of the audience says yes, it is. I mean, we don't want smoke, though, TJ. We know you got your podcast, and we know we still should fear you. And last poll, does anyone want to see an 84-year-old professional wrestler? 83% of the audience says no, they don't, and those are your polls.
Good job, Juju.